to Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. Like, not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb and the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday night. It's the fucking comic book podcast and this motherfucker Knucklehead Comics. We fucking hype because there's motherfuckers that want to start beef with the gang. You don't fuck with the Knuckleheads. We out here. We roll deep, bitch. Fuck you.
The shooters pulled up. Son. That is crazy.
Yo, fuck you, my nigga. Fuck you. This is how we do it. We ain't keyboard warriors. You can come see me, player. Come see me. Shit, I'll fucking knock you on the fucking.
You
and a
just
pile of bottles I got.
Bronx activated.
Word, motherfucker. Anyway, yo, we out here. We got this aggression from the beginning of the week with all this news and bullshit that they have for the multiverse of madness. Let me just start off by saying one thing that I would change in that intro is I need Cabs in the beginning. We gotta edit it so it's not saying Cabs ain't here. We need Cabs in the beginning so I can be yo.
I'm there though.
No, I hear you. Yeah. But right in the beginning where we got Cap, we got Lay, and we got Cabs. Fuck all that. He ain't here. He's here every day. Fuck
I'm
y'all.
getting an echo.
Oh, because I'm screaming and it's Mike's picking it up.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not emotional, motherfucker, but nigga.
I'm not emotional.
Yeah, you get 2 pieces faster than a fucking KFC meal, motherfucker.
Michael Walden has us emotional. Just the writer of Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
he has.
I'm gonna lie to you. Kind of happy I sent all that stuff now.
All right, now this nigga's playing fucking games. You know,
he's still going.
Now he wants to disrespect my homegirl.
My dude clearly has nothing better to do.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I can't like, bro, when I'm online and I stumble upon something I don't like, you know what I do? I move the fuck on. Like,
You just-
Yeah, man.
yo, it's life. Yo, it's so much easier. Just be like,
I
yo,
know. Sometimes I turn people off with like how over positive I could be sometimes, but it's like ain't your mamas teach you if you ain't got nothing to say, don't say nothing at all. And like we crack jokes, we talk shit, we do that all the time, right? But it's like
absolutely.
this is a post that somebody made just fucking around, which is a pretty funny post. Like, yo, I reposted that shit on my Instagram and people cracking up. That shit got tons of likes, tons of views. And then you got the one guy, the fitness guy. Like, bruh, like maybe eat a hamburger, see if your life don't change a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, son. Like, nigga act like I won't come see him for real.
Yeah, but the
Like-
funny part is you see people do the whole look. This is how you eat. This is how you eat like cauliflower. They get a bag and they throw it in the trash. What's the difference?
Everyone does
It's
it. That's what I'm
energy.
saying. Like,
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, he should have really been pissed off with the whole grilled chicken is vegan.
that's what he
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
see. You gotta
wanna
tag
get
him
mad?
on that. So
Yeah,
tag him
you want
on
to get
this.
mad? The way the intro
Tag him
starts
on
is
that.
perfect. You know
Yo,
what I'm
give
saying?
me a sec, yo. I gotta use the
Oh
potty.
my god.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't. Clearly, that cat was just looking for something to do.
Yo, I mean,
that.
I hear you, but he must not have seen that message with the fucking brick shit that you be sending show.
Yeah,
Every time we talk about the Miz.
I remember that all. Ironically, that all came about that one because I was at a bar and there was some dude just talking reckless, and I was like, "Thought to him, hey, what is a perfect way to segue into him?" And I was like, I showed him, I go, "Yo, this is what I think of you." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What's red all over and bad for your mouth a brick. Now shut the fuck up. Which is perfect.
Word,
You know what I'm saying?
word, man. Motherfuckers
Yeah.
act like they won't get fucked up. Like
It
I don't
might
mind.
have been- you might have just I don't know how that sets you off because that's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is like, yo, there's consequences. There's consequences. You want to say anything to anybody, you got to be prepared to back it up, player. Because where I'm
Absolutely.
from, if you say something to somebody, you better have a comeback, and you better be prepared for that comeback. Because either
Yeah,
we
but you
gonna
know-
either I'm gonna dish you or we gonna fight. Because now fuck that.
It's funny. It's
And-
like Mike Tyson said. You know, everybody's comfortable saying some shit because there's no consequences right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
the internet has
everybody's-
made the internet has made people comfortable saying shit,
Really
not getting punched
comfortable.
in the face. That's
Yeah.
the realest thing Mike has ever said.
Absolutely
bro.
correct. Like that dude
Super
on the
real.
plane that was fucking with him. He learned.
Yeah.
He learned that day. Yo,
And the-
drunk or not, that's still Mike Tyson, son.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
the judge was like, nah, nigga, you fucked up.
Cap, can I
Fucked
see
up.
that shirt, please? Can I see that t-shirt? That is good.
That's cool.
This is a new camera setup, so I'm not really sure where the fuck it is on this thing.
Nah, I can see it. I can see it now. That
that's
is
perfect,
a good.
yeah.
That is a good shirt. That is a fun shirt. No, I
That
like
it
tees.
sums me up all in one sentence.
100%. Fuck that guy, man.
Yeah, man, fuck him. bro.
That's how you know. Hey, listen, it comes with the territory, Toe.
No,
You know,
I-
if the bigger we get, the more, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure at one point somebody's gonna come up in
Yeah.
here and be like, y'all don't know shit, y'all all ugly. And it's like you are wasting time out of your life to come on our podcast that apparently you don't like to talk shit. You know what
Yeah.
that means? You kind of like us a little bit. It's kind of like
Yeah.
in kindergarten when you used to like a girl and you used to kick her in the shin or some shit like that. Hey, you just like her. That's all it is. You just
Oh,
like
yeah.
her.
Yeah, I
pretty-
can't wait for one of us to get married, and then that woman tells that person, "Hey, he said duck swim. Go slap him in the face."
Go slap him in the face.
Yeah, but you know what it is, man? I had no problem with this nigga saying shit. It was like, yo, you want to start a beef? It's fun for me. Let's start a beef. I had plenty of beefs on Facebook with the comments and all
sure.
other shit. You know what I'm saying? But the minute he fucking opened up his mouth and he want to talk about my homegirl, talk about
Yeah.
shit for the streets, well, nigga, we could take it to the streets now.
Serious.
Like, don't disrespect. First off, don't disrespect any of my people, and second off, don't disrespect my homegirl like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you had this problem, you want to be Mr. Big Balls, and when a real nigga steps to you, now all of a sudden you want to back up. Come to me with that shit. Come to me with that shit. You feel me?
I didn't even know what was happening until you said it.
Oh, the nigga said some shit. I said it. I got no neck because I lift man weights. And then he tagged another nigga. He tagged another nigga on some thoughts. I said, all right, so you bringing in the cavalry.
That's
Let's
weird.
do this. Let's go to war.
Hey Jim Fit buddy, what do you think about this comment? Like, bruh, you got way too much time on you. He's probably been having a couple of shots of freaking tequila and just felt a little goofy. Oh,
Yeah.
people online are freaking annoying. I think Cap got the right idea, just having no social media. He got the right idea.
For
Yep.
real. Oh man, I wish shit was like it was back in the day. You know, it would have been awesome. Yo, dude, where do you want to meet? Like we'll go to Bronx Park East, wherever you want to meet, and we'll settle this.
Because you know, it's funny you say that because before the internet, you weren't really, talking to people who weren't in your vicinity somehow, whether it's your neighborhood, your job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had AOL 3.0, but who cared? Right?
Yeah.
Before that,
Yeah.
and we was
AOL
young.
chat.
We was young before that, but like if you had beef with someone, it was like there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It wasn't some dude from Ohio that none of y'all could do anything about it unless y'all really want to take a plane and be somewhere. Like where you live, I'm gonna go to your house right now. We'll take a plane.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Spirit got this shit for $50.
For fucking Spirit, bro. You know what? It's funny. Like Spirit will get you excited for an event like that. Because Spirit Airlines is so horrible. You're gonna be so mad by the time you get over there. Someone's getting the business. The minute you land, Spirit Airlines will have you so frustrated that the minute you get to the destination of where you want to kick this person's ass, you're gonna be fully enraged. Spirit is the worst thing in the world. Everyone in there just to fight and go to Miami for $20.
Or with the duct tape on the wing and shit.
Spirit is out of control.
Yo, Spirit looks like the Sprint of fucking airplane fucking businesses.
Even the font is yellow and black. It's hilarious. It looks like old Sprint before T-Mobile Sprint. Yeah. Like when Nextel bought Sprint. I remember there was the Radio Shack on 168 and Broadway. Well, I don't know what was there now, Le.
There's
next to 128 in front of
Pizza
Coogan's.
Shop. Yeah, pizza shop.
Okay,
Pizza
so
shop.
where that Radio Shack was at, you could go in there, right? I didn't even have a state ID at the time. I had my college ID, and I got a phone out for my dad. It was like $60 for the phone and $20 for the activation to get a Sprint. It's a $125 deposit, $20 for the phone, and you could just get out of there with an unlimited Sprint plan. That was the best. Good times. Good times.
Shit. Now it's almost like no matter what you do, it's gonna cost you $200 a month.
T-Mobile, I remember back then, T-Mobile, even with good credit, they still wanted you to give a $500 deposit. Yep. Like, what? Verizon, you didn't even want that smoke. You didn't even want it. But Sprint was out there giving people all types of phones. $125, $20 for the little flip phone. Obviously, you could have different phones and shit, but that was good times. Right there on 168 on Broadway.
Yo, is that familiar?
That's where.
Yeah, it's familiar. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. So wait, not familiar on the.
It moved
on the downtown side. I'm talking about on the uptown side.
Yeah, right there, that corner was right next to Jade House. The one was
next to Jade House. Yeah,
Tasty Deli. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah,
that familiar move because that was by the
That used to be a Radio Shack back in my day. That used to be a radio, and before there was a Radio Shack, when I used to go to the school right there in PS 128, it used to be a Dunkin' Donuts. That's when they used. I don't know if they still have the eclairs, the mini eclairs. Like mini eclairs, you used to get like 10 for $1 back in the day. Just a sugar rush before school, bro. It was the best. Cause you could sneak out of the school, go get some quick donuts real quick, come back. Motherfuckers getting 10 mini eclairs for $1. Good times.
Good times.
Damn. Remember the good old days where gas was $1.25?
How much I paying for gas out there?
Almost like 445, 450.
Man, that's not bad, bro. Because
But I go to the
you,
cheapest gas station I can find.
usually New York has higher gas than Florida, like for the most part. And I saw 459 the other day. I just filled up the whip at 449. I mean, I got a 4-cylinder because I could afford a new car. I don't want to get into those problems right now. I don't want an extra payment. So I'm running around with a jalopy. I'm riding that motherfucker out until it can't no more. My little 2011 Corolla. I'll be driving the motherfucker like this. I'm so big in that fucking car. But like $20, I could ride. It's a 4-cylinder. Now it's like $30 to fill it up. And I was like, okay. What's happening? Yeah.
Nah, yeah. Yo, I had a Dodge Caravan.
Yeah.
And the thing was broken. So
the needle?
The needle wasn't broken, but it didn't read the right gauge. So every time I would put in $20, it would stop, and I never knew how much I had. So this was around like it was like $5 a gallon, so it was $20.
We gonna make it or not?
That's it, yeah. It was like this it. Then fuck it.
Definitely gotta be careful with road trips now, and trucks and shit. I know motherfuckers that was like filling up for $120 right now. It's fucking nuts.
You know why? You know why it magically happened that way? Because they're pushing people to electric.
I mean, the right wing might have their ideas as to why gas is so high right now, and I don't think it has anything to do with electric. But
everything has to do with business, bro.
Yeah. Tell that to the right wing.
Oh, man.
Hey. I am not picking a side here. I hate politics, to be honest.
I do too, but come on, man. The almighty dollar, that's the fucking God we know.
That's the number one. Would you guys go electric if like have you ever considered going electric?
If we had a place to put a charge,
there isn't enough charge stations. It's funny.
Yeah.
I actually got a charge station in the mall, like literally, I would say about like 60 yards away. I got but I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
I hear you. We gotta go to New Rochelle. That's the closest I've seen for the charge station.
Yeah, until charge stations are like readily available.
Yeah,
it's pointless. You're gonna lose battery going to go charge the battery.
Yeah, when we went to Philly, me and Krills, we went down this block, bro, that was no bigger than my car, but it had parking spots, and the parking spots had the fucking electrical charge and on the street. It was like you couldn't park in the spot unless you had an electrical car, and I'm like, yo, we're in the fucking ghetto. Like this house is literally falling apart. Like I had to drive faster so the fucking front door won't land on my house. And you got a charge station. Like Philly, you got to make up your mind.
Yeah. The world outside of New York is nuts. Like, yo, son, seeing the world outside of New York, and not even New York City, like seeing the world outside of the 5 boroughs is wild, man. You run into some shit. I went to Tennessee one time, and we ended up on just the wrong area. I'm talking about, yo, Confederate flags everywhere. Motherfuckers chilling in the porch, overalls, fucking mason jars full of tobacco, spit I'm talking about I was like, yo, get us the fuck out of here right now. Like, hit it. I wasn't driving. I was like, hit it. We need to get out of here ASAP because,
yeah,
I don't have the fairest of complexions,
I hate you, bro. I was in Boston once, and I'm with my mom, her boss, and her daughter. So it's me, the only guy there out of the women. And I swear to God, like 4 dudes come in a pickup truck and they're outside the hotel and they're staring at me. Somebody must have told them a nigga's here. And and when somebody stares at you,
put the bat signal up.
Yeah, like you're like, yeah, there's a nigga in the store. A comment. Like they called the town niggas. Like Ben Affleck when it was like, "Yo, you can't tell me what, you can't tell me why, but I need you." And they pulled up in front of the hotel. And you ever had somebody stare at you? I know Lay knows this feeling. Somebody stare at you to the point where you're like, "Nah, we gotta fight now."
Yeah,
Like you
Yeah.
making me uncomfortable, bro. Like
Yeah.
what you looking at? Yeah.
So all of them were looking at me. So I'm like, "Yo, I'll be back." And my mom's boss had to stop me because she's like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck where we're at. These niggas is disrespecting me. Like, you're not gonna try to get me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're outside the hotel. You're not trapping me in here. You feel me? Like, I'm not built that way. I'm not no bitch. We're gonna have to handle this right now." And then, but they wound up leaving. But I'm like, "Yo, I'm not even in Boston for half hour, and already they called.
Already telling you,
the boys.
life outside of those 5 boroughs is nuts, kid. Yo, Pro, what up, my brother? Yo, listen, let me tell you, I didn't even have the whereabout. I think that's the right term. I didn't even think about like Googling wherewithal. There it is. Of Googling where I was at. I just said, "Yo, book it." The person I was there with, she was driving. I was like, "Hit it right now, hit it, let's go." But in Tennessee itself, where we stayed, it was actually pretty incredible, pretty awesome. Gatlinburg, the Cuban Alps, as I like to call it. Yeah, Cubans in Florida, they hit it for vacation during Christmas. They're going to Gatlinburg, 100%. It's a pretty fun place. It's like a Christmas town. Reminded me of Punxsutawney from Groundhog Day. It's a pretty cool place. But we just hit a left where we weren't supposed to hit a left, and we ended up in some. It was a sketchy spot. And you know me, like, I'm not trying to say I'm a bitch, but those guys have shotguns over there. I'm not doing nothing. We dying, and there's no judgment. They'll do it, and they're getting off scot-free. So I say, you know what? Hit it, book it. I rather deal with a speeding ticket than these guys. At least the police is here. Hey, you guys know you were doing 100 on a 40? Yeah, you see what's happening around here? I feel safe. Give me the ticket. Yo, can we ride in your car back home? Can we? Take me to jail. Take me to jail right now. At least it's away from this shit. There's a scary sight in there, bro. Like, I just look, and I'm not trying to say that, again, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but you see Confederate flags and the horns start wailing in your head, I think we saw, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a deer. We saw deer hanging on trees. Granted, that was probably the food for the evening. That's probably dinner. But like, son, there was legit deer hanging in trees. I'm not crazy. Like, I guess they were like drying them out. Bro, it was a scary sight. It was a scary sight.
It's funny because that's exactly what the predators do. They hang it upside down.
I automatically started thinking the worst case scenarios. I said, book it. We need to get out of here now.
My man Cabs turned into Chris Rock. He saw the deer hanging out. He's like, "Niggas and juices next. We next."
I'm telling you, it was an unsettling feeling. I never felt like that in my life. Book it.
Yeah. Yo, dude, your life is the most important thing in that situation. Preserve that shit.
Book it. Let's get out of here. I seen motherfuckers hanging in the stoop. No offense. Yeah. I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is just the image that I saw. And yes, I judged books by their cover. I did that. I didn't even want to. I didn't want them to explain the truth. You feel me? Like, I didn't even want to get close enough to confirm. I just said, book it. The same way y'all see a bunch of black motherfuckers walking around and y'all want to clutch your purse. The same thing I did. I clutched my life. I clutched our lives. Book it.
Yo, you know how women be having that fuck off on their face because they don't want nobody talking to them?
Sometimes the resting bitch face.
Yeah. Sometimes the cover of the book that you read means don't read this.
It's exactly
get out. Yeah.
Sometimes the cover is exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
Like, the inside is exactly what the cover shows sometimes. But Multiverse of Madness.
Before we get in, I got one question about that phrase. How the fuck are you supposed to judge books then if you don't know what the fuck?
Literally, all you have is the cover.
Yeah.
Literally.
But and even in regards to people, there's
I don't know
nothing
you.
in the world that will determine if you're gonna walk up to somebody that's not this first.
Yeah, face value. That's all
Yeah.
you got.
Yeah.
I think the point of the saying is to not judge people, right? Like at all. But it's like, man, we live in a fucked up world, man. Making that judgment is the difference between life or
Yeah.
death sometimes.
Yeah. No, also, I mean, like, if you don't want to be judged as someone that's a maybe take down the Confederate
Maybe
flag,
take
take off
down
the
the deer.
rocking chair,
Take
you know
out,
what I'm saying?
take down the deer.
You
Take
know,
down the deer. Even though that was
shave
just
every once in
probably
a while.
that's just probably food for the evening, you know. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to,
Alright,
but it was very Amityville horror, bro. I don't know, man. That was a scary sight. I wish I would have recorded, but hit it. I'm over here fucking looking around. Saying, I was nervous. I
Yo.
was nervous.
Yeah.
My man, I know you get this reference. My man Kaz looked at the dude, was like, remember when I told you not to press the red button?
Yeah,
Press the
button.
red
Press the
button.
red button. Press the red button. Let's get out. Let's get out of here, bruh.
Yeah,
Oh,
if there's
man.
a knock at Cab's door and his screen goes black, we know what happened.
You know what happens. They came and got me. The hills have eyes. I think if they came,
Yeah.
they came. That's wrong
No,
man.
wrong turn.
We're just gonna
Fucking
hear
deliverance out here.
we're just gonna hear Cat Williams in his room. What you been saying, boy?
You're just gonna hear man fucking microphone noises just pitch black, bruh. She was scary, dog. She was scary. It was very scary.
Yo, you know what? That's the way we had to start off this fucking podcast.
This is an aggressive start to the podcast.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not gonna let down because we have a lot of issues with Doctor Strange.
We have some issues.
It's not Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. It's Doctor Strange 2. Let's be real. Let's handle it correctly. It's Doctor Strange 2. Because there was no madness. There was some multiverse, but there was no madness.
There was light there was like light multiverse because we got
hysteria.
Yeah, we got two universes and then 12 in like 2 second span of each. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got two universes, but
so what happened
before we go, like, because I saw a meme out there, so I just want to clarify something, at least for me, right? I saw a meme out there that says that people were, you know, they were disappointed because of their high expectations. And then it shows a meme of their expectations. And it's like a bunch of people from different properties. And I just want to make it clear. And we spoke about this the episode before last about tempering expectations. I brought it up with Moon Knight and all of that shit.
Yep.
What we're upset about is what the movie's writer has been saying afterwards. I want to put that out there. Yeah. This isn't stuff that we're making up. There's a bunch of There's a bunch of people out there saying, "Oh, Fassbender was supposed to be in it." You know, fucking Shrek was supposed to be in it. You know, no, we are going based off what Mike Waldron has said he wanted to put in the movie. It just didn't feel right. Go ahead, lad. Do your thing.
Yeah, you know
what up, Flocka?
And the funny thing is, you have Chavez, right? American Chavez, and it's like.
America Respution.
Like back in the days when you had a Game Genie, you just had all the cheat codes, but you never used it. At any point, you're like you had it. You had the Game Pro, and you just said, "I don't need it." Dude, like the easiest way to do it is
it's the movie trope. It's the movie trope.
Get in there. There's Wolverine.
You have to believe in yourself.
Yeah. And yo, listen, all right, so a little backstory. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, what's gonna be the topic for discussion for this comic book podcast? And then I get the message from Cabs, yo, this nigga's starting to piss me off. Son.
Yeah, he keeps talking. And by him, we mean, I think it's Michael Waldron is his name. You could fact check that. I think it's Michael Waldron. And the thing that pisses me off, he also wrote Loki. Loki was 10 out of 10. Where do we go wrong? Go ahead. So I need answers.
Yo, dude, and listen, I've been looking through the chat to find all these fucking things that you guys are sending about what the director said and all other shit. We'll go one by one.
Let's go one by one.
But yo, once I felt the aggression from Cabs, I was like, you know what? That's what we're gonna talk about. Because Cabs don't usually
I
get
don't.
like that.
I don't.
I was like, yo, we need to hear Cabs go off real quick.
I gotta balance y'all out, bro. I
I
gotta
hear
balance y'all out. But no, that shit got me tight. Like I remember saying on the chat, like, yo, did anybody want to make this movie? I feel like this was like a contractual obligation or something. That's what it
Yep.
feels like. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Because it's like, so this guy, I think it all started with what's the first thing that Lev posted? That
The first thing I found, well, I don't know if there's more, but this was from Friday.
yeah. For
It goes-
Friday.
yeah.
That's how serious this is.
Yeah.
It's been in the works for a couple days,
Yep.
bro.
He goes, Doctor Strange 2 writer Michael Waldron reveals
There it is.
Doctor Strange 3 will see Stephen Strange face serious consequences. Like it's Wong says, you possess your own corpse. Like, is this guy ever going to face any consequences? Nigga, that was what part 2 was for.
That's what we thought. We thought part 2 was for the consequences.
Yeah. Like
Absolutely.
my man, he gave up the time stone. He made a spell that made everybody forget who Peter Parker was. He fucking he negotiated with Dormammu. He has not suffered any consequences since he got magic.
Dude, he pretty much fractured the multiverse in a way.
Yeah.
People were coming through.
The end of part 1 was the guy from Medbell killing people who were abusing magic. He was supposed to be the consequences to
And
Right.
if you want to get really like picky about it, the way they explain the multiverse is that time is constant. So like, you know, it's just always going, just at different points or whatnot. Like it's always going. So 838 Strange caused an incursion and fuck shit up or whatever. Like this guy's just always fucking up. And the way they threw this movie, they built this movie up to be was like, yeah, he was gonna pay for his crimes. Nah, the only people that paid for anything was the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yo, I still have the image of Black Bolt's like brain matter like sticking out of his freaking mask, like not sticking out, but like, you know, coming out like a bulge, and it's just like. So yeah, that's what started it. Go ahead, Toe. My
Yeah,
bad, man.
yeah. That's
Go ahead, let's get this shit all out here because I know we're not the only people that feel this way.
You
I
guys,
mean, if
go.
anybody's seen and what he said, and he said a lot. He said a lot. He said at one point, Magneto, Michael Fassbender, as Cabs well put, was supposed they started putting it in. It didn't feel right. The
Yeah.
father of Scarlet Witch didn't feel right. And I don't give a fuck when anybody says, "Oh, in the comics, this is MCU."
Yeah,
You can go by
they
what
take
you
liberties
want.
all the time. They take
Yeah,
liberties
don't
all the
give that.
time.
Don't give me that because somebody's gonna say, "Yo," but now fuck that. That's your father.
Don't
Okay, listen.
gatekeep the creative differences.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
You can joke about getting her brother, who's an actor, on the show. Fantastic. But on the Multiverse of Madness, you can't have Magneto. When she's getting into her mom jeans and is about to catch wreck in the Illuminati, she can run into Magneto.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
no, but how cool would it have been for the dynamic to be Wanda's trying to take somebody else's kids as hers, and then Magneto shows up and is like, Wanda?
Grandpa.
And he's, yeah, but he's like, oh, you're just like my daughter. And she's like, but I have no connection to you.
Yeah.
And she's actively engaging in what her kids would do with her, but she's not seeing it.
Yep.
And again, it's not a question of having unrealistic expectations. This is what the writer of the movie has said. It's like, maybe
the one that gets me is he said Tom Cruise was never a part of this movie because he was busy filming the Mission Impossible movies. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Haley Atwell in the Mission Impossible movies?
She's in the new one.
She's in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Captain Carter's in the new one.
Not only that, Cap, Reed Richards and Black Bolt confirmed all reshoots. That's why their outfits look so weird. This is confirmed.
Yeah, it looks
him and Black Bolt.
matches,
Remember
yeah.
we were talking about Black Bolt's outfit just looking weird? Reshoots the entire time. So it's like
it looked like a symbiote going around.
Yep.
So,
And the fun thing
What's
is
his name? Sam Raimi said that there is 20 to 40 minutes
yeah.
that they cut out.
yeah.
We said this last week. They needed
He
about
did
another
say-
30 minutes.
He did say that that they were going to try to put at least 3 deleted scenes for when there's a home release for the DVD.
Give it to us. Give it to us, please.
That's funny because we spoke about how this movie is just random, and we spoke about in the chat how it's just random things altogether. Yo, if you're gonna get random, go balls to the wall with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just half-ass randomness. Just do it all the way. Yo, Fast and Furious random it, dude. Make it Fast and Furious. Make it so ridiculous that people go, "Wow, I can't believe they ran."
Yo, dude,
Listen. Have Long Shot just walk by a scene.
Why? Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me?
It's like, yo, because they always talking about, like, somebody mentioned in another chat, like, oh, they're reaching in the corners for these random, characters, right? You want to get random? Long Shot.
Yo,
How much random are you gonna get in Long Shot?
I mean, Mr. Randomness himself.
Absolutely. There you go.
you want to have something cool to go off of what Lake just said? When they're passing through all the universes, all the multiverses, one of them is Mojo and Longshot watching the television screen, and they see them fly by. Like, what the hell was that?
Yep,
and they just change the channel, and we change to another fucking thing.
There
Done.
you go. You know what I'm saying?
Done.
The 17 universes that we saw for 2 seconds a pop.
Yeah, the paint universe.
The paint.
Yeah, we didn't need
We could have
paint.
removed the paint. We didn't need paint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My-
It's just the ability.
We literally saw the Living Tribunal.
Yeah, we know.
and then
Instead of the paint, Peter Porker could have been sitting there.
Yeah.
It could have been Peter Porker and the frog. We finally get the frog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my thing is, the multiverse of madness is like a blank canvas for you to do whatever you want, and this is what you bring to the party. It's like it's like, yo, come to the party, bring whatever you want, and you bring Zima. Look at my man.
Hey, for the young people out there,
That was a horrendous.
That was White Claw back in the day.
That was White
like
Claw
White
back
Claw.
in the day. It was
kind of like a White Claw thing.
It was
So,
malt,
I tell you,
it was malt liquor disguised as a seltzer drink.
yes,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
was.
It was horrendous.
Yo,
But you know what I'm saying? I tell you, bring whatever you want, and you bring White Claws, and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna put that anywhere near the stuff everybody else wants to drink. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, don't put it near the people drinks.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I'm drinking a Truly, y'all. I'm sorry.
But,
I'm on a diet. I'm on a
Hey,
diet.
hey.
I'm on a diet.
That analogy I'm trying to is you could bring whatever you want, and you pick this.
But let's look at the
what
words. Let's look at the operative words.
Mhm.
Because yes, it's Doctor Strange 2 in the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Mhm.
But the two operative words here are multiverse and madness. In the multiverse, you give us 2 universes and 17 of them, like 2 seconds. And look, if you don't want to do too much multiverses, that's fine. But madness, like,
None of the men.
let's get nuts. Let's get mad.
Yeah.
And you know what? I told this to Cap last episode. There was a lot of people, because Cap said this back then. Cap was like, yo, if you're going to go nuts, go nuts. It's madness. And there's a lot of people that had that same complaint. Like, okay, we went like maybe semi-mad, maybe a quarter mad. We didn't go full mad. We did not go full mad.
Yeah.
Yo,
You didn't see any possessions.
I
None of
know-
that shit.
I know it was a reshoot, but Mr. Reed, Mr.
Reed.
Richards, fucking turn around going, yo, our Doctor Strange caused an incursion, and you being here has started another thing. And as he's talking, that room that they were in with the glass boxes, they just cut to that and pan, and there's Hannibal King from Blade. There's Johnny Storm. Like, you just have them in there. You didn't need like 15 extra scenes with people. You just turn around and be like, yo, these motherfuckers just started showing up here. And like, oh, who showed up? Bang. And then you're like, oh, look, he was there.
It's kind of like in X-Men. Sorry, kind of like in Deadpool when he opens up the door in the mansion and it's just the X-Men class in there, and then they don't even say anything. He literally just close the door, move on. Like,
yeah.
Yo, they could have done that. Traveling to every dimension, you could have put people in there.
yeah.
Absolutely. It's so,
and again, we're going by the writer. The writer has said that he thought about this, but it didn't feel right. In the multiverse of madness, this doesn't feel right.
Here's the funny thing.
It's like having a naked chick on your bed and you rock hard and she's stroking your shit like, this don't feel right.
This don't feel right.
They don't get any harder than this.
I should get you an Uber.
Yeah, yeah.
Full chub.
No.
Full chub. It doesn't feel right. Go ahead, Cap.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, you guys go ahead with the toe in the show shit. But I'm only here for comics.
Hey man, we gotta relate to the people when they hear this. They gotta know what we're talking about.
I would love to see you on the Toe and Show.
No, I'm the reason I'm this complexion is because I'm vanilla. The funny thing is, Spider-Man No Way Home opened up rifts and just put fucking cloud outlines of people. And we all went, that's Rhino. That's this dude. And we went nuts. And nobody had a problem with it. And everybody's like, yo, who else can we find? They could have did the same shit here. And then we would have been, instead of talking about this, we would have been talking about, yo, who else did you find?
Yeah.
What videos did you see that brought up other people we didn't notice?
You know what should have happened? They're in a universe looking for the fucking sanctum. And they can't find it.
And they find the mansion.
They run into Loki. And Strange is like Loki's like, Strange. And he's like, which Loki are you? Like, because he knows Loki, but no one else knows Loki.
Yeah.
And Loki's like, oh, I gotta be from your dimension. What are you doing here? Everything's fucked up. And Loki goes mad.
That's
and
cool
he just goes somewhere.
That's cool because no one would notice Loki, and it's like, yo, you're from my world. How do you know me? How do you know who I am? And it's like, oh, in our world, we got that. Yo, that would be freaking. That's kind of creepy, and it would fit with the movie's vibe.
Yeah, because
with the horror vibe of it, it would.
You mentioned incursions, but not the TVA. Like, who knows about these timelines that are messing up? Like, how do you know?
The TVA's down at the time, but the same way that Reed portaled in is very reminiscent of the TVA.
Yeah,
very reminiscent.
But remember when Loki killed Homeboy, the TVA changed.
Yeah, and now it's Kang's TVA.
Yeah, so they could have been, Reed could have been the smartest man in the world and figured it out that the TVA exists. And they could have been like somebody off for the Illuminati from like, yo, this dude's caused an incursion. We're gonna have to erase him.
I think we're gonna see exactly that sooner or later somewhere in this whole multiversal war. I think maybe not necessarily exactly what you said, but I think you're on the right path for sure, Toe. For sure.
Kang is a descendant of Stark.
Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards.
Of Reed Richards, yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
No wonder he's such an asshole.
Right? Yeah.
People forget, son. Reed Richards is a prick. He's not Tony Stark prick, but he's a prick.
He's not Tony Stark. He's more of a know-it-all.
Yeah. But the point is,
he gets douchey about
it. Like a huge dick when he wants to.
Yeah, yes.
Sometimes he talks to people, he be like, yo, you're talking down to me, son. I'll stab you in the face. Don't play with me, man.
Him and Johnny Storm get into it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Yo, I'm much as cool as, seeing the whole fan cast John Krasinski shit. I much rather would have had I'm losing my words here. I would have preferred to see the guy who played him in the Fox films.
That dude.
Show up as Reed Richards, right? And then turn around doing the Illuminati thing. Let her kill Black Bolt, but don't tell her how to kill Black Bolt. Or even just something's in the building. Shit. And then you just see fire. And then when it stops, it's fucking Chris Evans, it's Johnny Storm. Because then you can kill those guys. And then we'll be like, yo, the Fantastic Four must be in our universe somewhere. They're in this one.
Yeah.
and then we would have got a Fantastic Four little pop.
You know,
Chris
that would've-
Evans showing up as Johnny Storm would have been amazing.
that
That
would have
would've
made
been fun.
perfect sense because it's almost like that universe that they numbered that really doesn't exist would be the Sony verse.
Or the Fox,
yeah,
Sony
you know,
shit, whatever. Because
Those
even
whack ass movies.
even
shitty verse.
Professor X,
Yeah.
even Professor X is the cartoon one is still on Fox channel. That's
Yeah.
still a Fox thing.
Yeah. And that big ass chair he didn't fit in.
And think about how think about how like we get it that the sudden death of Black Bolt was like jarring.
Yeah.
But think about if you want to go for a really horror feel. Think about Johnny Storm landing. He didn't even put the flames out himself. He lands, goes to shoot a fireball. It's his hand. It's his arm. And the more the flame goes out on him to reveal that it's Chris Evans, we all sitting there like, oh, it's Chris Evans. And it dawns on us, oh no, she's choking the shit out of him. That's why he's losing his fucking fire. And she's killing him. That would have been the ultimate mind fuck. Because in the same moment, we would have been like, yeah, oh no.
He's talking about if Chris Evans came as Johnny Storm and Wanda basically suffocated him by taking the oxygen away from his fire. So when he reveals himself, it's like, oh, that's it. Wait, she's suffocating and dying. It would have been a death reveal.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you were gonna kill him off anyways. You could literally have put whoever you wanted in that scene.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Extra, like when we first started talking about it last week, the first thing I said, I would have liked another 20 minutes in Illuminati HQ. Maybe not necessarily just there, but I would have liked some extra time there. You know what does suck? I do feel bad for John Krasinski a little bit because this was a fan casting that everybody's been wanting for so bad, but they wrote him so kind of dumb with that stupid line. Like, hey, look, this guy could kill you in 1 second. So now he's like this big meme. It's like, man, y'all were asking for this. Now y'all can't stop trashing me. John Krasinski, is not your fault. We loved you as Reed Richards, but your writing was a little dumb. We want to see you redeem yourself in whatever you come up next.
Listen,
I can't see him.
John, it didn't feel right.
It didn't?
Yeah.
No, to go off of what Toe said earlier, that's like, oh, I got a date with the hottest chick in the world. Nice. What are we going to do? We're going to Skype because she's got to go to work tomorrow. 10 minutes to talk to me. And after 10 minutes, she's like, it's cool. I got to see the fucking hottest woman in the world and speak to her. But ultimately, what the fuck was the point? I could have fucking did without it.
We still got blue balls. We still got blue balls, essentially. Yeah.
Yo, we got even worse than that because now, is he gonna be Reed? Is he gonna direct it? Now there's even more questions. So if he's here now, where the fuck are ours?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are ours that should have been here now?
Yeah. No, yeah. It was horrible. It sucks that they did him like that. I know a lot of people are saying that they did Wanda dirty. We know Wanda will get her shine somewhere else, and she still did a great job. At least she had a movie and lines. This guy showed up for 5 seconds. They killed him off. He did the dumbest thing the smartest man in the world did the dumbest thing in the world, and now he's a huge meme.
I'm actually gonna give him a little bit of a pass on that because
he was trying to be diplomatic.
No, not even diplomatic. What has Lay been saying? That he's too smart and he doesn't have humanity and he's a dick. The over arrogance of sitting there and having to explain he can do this with blah 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 blah. That is a Reed Richards thing to do.
Yeah.
Is to have to explain something that needs no explanation and ultimately fucks up.
That's literally no common sense.
Yeah, I will give that a pass.
And the funny thing is, the one that got it the worst is Black Bolt. He literally got it worse than anybody else.
I swear to God, I think Kevin Feige went, whoever made the Inhumans television show, I hate him so much. Bring him back because we are gonna fucking demolish everything. That was Kevin Feige. Like, yo, you want to make TV without me? Bond.
It's funny because they can do that kind of shit now. Any kind of Marvel property that has just kind of just been there, they could be like, maybe bring them in another universe and get rid of them right away. That's really what it. But I mean, obviously we're gonna see another version of the Illuminati. I think I don't think Black Bolt is a one-off. I don't think.
Well, Strange
is gonna have to make his own, right?
When the incursion starts happening,
yeah,
he's gonna need an Illuminati to figure out what to do.
For sure.
No, but you know what the thing is though is like I no longer have hope for these niggas now because
we'll get a better Illuminati. We'll get a better one. I think.
My actual hope for this movie was an explanation about shit. You know, like a lot of things was like, yo, WandaVision happened because Wanda died, but then we saw people come back, right? We saw people come back from the blip. We saw how people were adjusting from coming back to the blip and how the world wasn't ready for half the population to come back at once and the chaos.
That was cool stuff. Amazing.
But we never saw any cosmic consequences for all of that energy being dissipated and bringing back. Like we never saw any things like any fuck ups from that, you know, the snap happening 3 times pretty much in our universe. Now that the multiverse is happening, we're not seeing any tears or any explanations or any our universe goes by these rules and your universe doesn't. Like how the timeline shit, they're in the quantum realm, the fucking Infinity Stones don't work. How come none of that like changed anything?
Crazy.
You know,
That's
like
crazy.
yeah, like what happened to Spider-Man? Like you acknowledge he exists, but do you not remember who he is? Is he like you talk about him like you know him, but we're supposed to believe you don't know who he is? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you talk about him like he's a friend, but you erase your own memory on who this guy is?
They talked about a Spider-Man, but it's weird. It's weird.
I get it.
It's weird.
I
get what you're saying.
I get what Toe's saying. In a world where there are no secret identities,
yeah.
Why would you talk about Spider-Man without a hint of I don't know who the fuck this guy is?
Yeah, you could have said something like,
yeah.
I remember him vaguely, but I don't know. There's a Spider-Man around there somewhere. Like, yeah, like at least like the same thing you said, Cap, the other day. Like at least acknowledge when he had the Doctor Strange outfit on. He was like, "Ain't you die?" You know, it's those little details. It's those little details that change it.
Speaking of details, so before we run off on a rant, I was watching something the other day, and in Infinity War, Thanos calls out that the Eye of Agamotto that was holding the Time Stone was a fake. He knew it was fake. He said it was fake. And he also said, I knew it was fake because you never used it against me. So the one that Strange has in Spider-Man and in this movie, that's the real Eye of Agamotto.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so that was just the cosmic cube holding the fucking the Infinity Stone, pretty much. No, it makes sense. The second post said that. Okay, good.
No, what I was gonna say is I think that is what I just described. I think is what the problem is with Phase 4 of Marvel. Is when we were building up to Infinity War, there was a clear path. Like, okay, so that led to that. That led to that. That led to that. Now we're here. This is so subtle that instead of going, all right, this leads into that, that leads into that, they just turn around and goes, here's a thread, here's a thread, here's a thread. And when we get down the line and you see it, you'll turn around and go, oh, this is how it all connected. So instead of telling us up front, they're going to lay all the groundwork so we understand what an incursion is, we understand what a multiverse is, we understand what these little terms are, and then when it hits us, we can then look back and go, I see where it all came
like a Ultron situation type of deal.
Something like so I think that's what's going on with this is they're subtly laying they're laying the groundwork for not Phase 4 but for Phase 6.
Excuse me.
Because you guys, we forget we had to go through Phase 1, 2, and then 3.
And
to get to Thanos and Infinity War and all that. So we're gonna have to go through 4, 5, and then 6 to get all this shit and the finale of this.
As long as we leave the Eternals alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but
which by the way, I think the Eternal. See again, subtleness. I think the Eternals was the cosmic consequence of the snap, but because there's no direct through line, it's easily missed.
No, you're right. That is a consequence. It was a terrible movie. We paid it.
I'm not gonna defend the Eternals anymore. I'm outgunned here. I'm outmatched. I know.
Said I've tried.
His word. Yeah. All right. So the next post that was put in the chat was
This is when I lost it.
well this is
The
one.
Deadpool one. Oh,
No,
okay.
not the Deadpool one. Yeah, it's Doctor Strange Sue Scroll whatever the fuck. Says Scarlet Witch versus the Illuminati fight scene was inspired by 1986 Aliens. I just love how Aliens goes through great lengths to tell you how badass the Space Marines are and then just get slaughtered. When the fuck was that ever a good idea?
Well, first of all, let's understand. I want you to understand the dynamics of two things. The Space Marines did not have a history in the comic books.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Space Marines told you in that movie that they were badass. That's all it said. In comic book, we know that Reed Richard, Black Bolt,
Professor X,
Captain Marvel.
He'll be back.
Kevin Feige got him.
He'll be back.
Thing.
Less stressed.
Yeah.
Less stressed.
But the point is, you can't compare one to the other. It isn't. You're an idiot if you're doing that. If you the term he had a line about the Terminator thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wanda destroying those Ultron bots. That was I get it. She's pissed. This coming through like she just finished leaving Target and now she's getting eradicated Illuminati. No, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm not buying it. And that's your explanation for it? That's your thing?
He gotta shut up. He has to stop talking.
Yeah, my man. Do yourself a favor, man. Don't do more interviews, bro.
No more interviews, man. Stop talking. Let Kevin Feige handle all multiverse shit. Don't say anything about
damage control abilities are amazing.
They are.
But Kevin Feige's not any better.
He does work himself into a corner.
Now all of a sudden, the events of Loki enabled all this other shit to happen. Okay, but now,
sorry,
but
I take my victories.
Tell me, so did the spell fuck up and cause a rift, or did Sylvie cause an incursion?
Cause
an incursion, and that fucked up his spell. Like, which chicken and egg here? What the fuck What happened,
brother? I love the fact that he said it, but I do not envy of explaining it.
Yeah.
I don't envy how you can explain that.
That's what I say all the time. That's what I say all the time here. Marvel has reasons for everything. They just don't always make sense. In fact, as of late, most of the time, it doesn't make sense. And we just love Marvel, and they know we love Marvel, and they know they have a cash cow in their hands, so they can put a piece of shit in a little box and put a bow on it and say, here, marry us. And we're like, okay, it doesn't smell that bad.
Yo, check
the
this out.
Is amazing.
Check this out. Shang-Chi came out, right?
Absolutely.
And apparently, Shang-Chi is now a mixed reviewed movie. Now all of a sudden, Shang-Chi is on the fence, whether good or bad. Eternals came out.
Yo, Late Space says it all.
Eternals is leaning bad. Black Widow came out. That's another one on the fence, whether good or bad. Doctor Strange came out, and I'm talking about Marvel movies, not the Spider-Man at Sony. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
But the Marvel movies, Doctor Strange came out. That's so far certain. That's leaning on the fence too, because I've seen more positive shit for it than I've anticipated. But that's the movies, 4 of them that you brought out that are leaning on the fence, whether good or bad. But yet the TV shows, WandaVision, everybody loves. Loki, everybody loves. Cap and Winter Soldier, everybody loves.
I was gonna bring this
Moon
up.
Knight, everybody loves. And what do the TV shows have that the movies don't?
Time to explain shit.
Yes, but besides that,
Connection.
the shows are not connected to shit. We know that the shows branch off because of other things, but within the shows themselves, they're not connected to the other shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just telling the story that they want to be told within a corner of the world we know already exists.
I mean, Hawkeye and Moon
so
Knight are
the
perfect
shows-
examples of that.
so
Hawkeye and Moon Knight
basically-
are like, this is my
Yeah.
plot.
So the show, because it's funny, I was gonna bring this up. The shows expect us to know things, but don't throw it in our face, and they just do their own contained story. I was actually gonna bring this up, Cap. I'm so glad you said it. Cap, Toe, Le, would you guys be okay if the MCU were to just stop doing movies and just continue with shows?
I would be okay if they mainly went to shows. And their big crossover Avenger shits, those were the movies.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because remember, back in the
Yeah.
day, there was some connective tissue, and some people would jump into movies. But for the most part, we had Iron Man trilogy, Thor trilogy, Cap trilogy, and then boom, we'll meet for Avengers.
Yeah.
And then we have some other movies, blah, 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 blah. And they were connected, and there was some deleted post-credit scenes, but they were contained, and then boom, we had the big thing. Now it's like everything is just everywhere, man. Like, you don't know who's gonna show up anywhere. This is a Doctor Strange movie where fucking Wanda took the lead. If I would have told you this was gonna happen back in Age of Ultron, you would have looked at me like I was crazy.
You know what the crazy shit is though. From Endgame forward backwards, every single movie was what Cap just described.
Yeah.
It was a solitary movie that told the story, and then the end scenes bring them all together.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, Cap just said that comes on, but my thing is when that whole TV show is a perfect thing because characters that don't seem interesting can become interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's characters like Ant-Man seems one-dimensional, right? But if you
Give me an Ant-Man show.
Yeah, but when you get to story with his family, with his daughter, you know, the way everything goes, you can even do a flashback to Hank Pym. The way you know, the way he was a shit show of a person. You know what I mean? Or you can really do a good one is you can show the we know from the comics, not the comedian we have now. You know, the arrogant douchebag that everybody knows. That he was really reassured, but he was a little dim-witted too, but not to the point where he's this guy. Now I'm not saying I don't love him. Don't get me wrong, folks. I love Ragnarok. I love all that. It's better than part 2, that shit show we got. What I'm trying to say is there is
like the Dark World.
There is a Thor that we're not getting that we get in the comics.
Yeah,
reassured, arrogant, and I understand in part 1, you know, he was supposed to not be that one anymore. But even when he got the hammer back in the comics, it made him worse.
Yeah,
because he realized, I could just do this for a little bit and I come back and I can be the douchebag I am. You know what I mean? You can do this and expand on these folks. You're smart, and then you can throw in your Betty Ray Bills. You know what I mean? And Nova can have a show. Nova can run into the Beyonder and all these people.
Yeah,
you got 6 to 8 episodes you can mess with.
There's a lot of Nova rumors as of late.
Yeah,
a lot.
Once you go anything that has to do with the cosmics, Nova's gonna be shown. Nova and Adam Warlock are always gonna be a constant. Always. Oh, Adam's gonna show up. Should have been in Infinity War, but you know that didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to a different thing because this is dying and running slow. So I'll be back in 2 seconds.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
The iPad.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm getting messages about this.
Like I saw that.
I
saw that Echo thing and I got excited because it's ground level. And Cabs and myself, we absolutely love ground level stuff.
We cannot. I think that's why the shows are so good because there's so much time to explore shit that you can have just meaningful conversations between multiple characters, and it's just like bro, I know the scene between Bucky and Sam was a little weird that they're throwing the shield back and forth to each other. Remove the shield. That's a really incredible conversation between those two people. And that shit was like, 5 minutes?
Yep.
You can't really do that in a 2-hour movie, or maybe you can't take that much time. I get it, you can, but like, there's so much time to explore in these movies that, like, I mean, in these shows, like, I don't know. I am a little more excited about the shows. I am.
The funny part is that scene has been building since the first episode.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand exactly what you're saying. You can, in a 2-hour movie, you can't build it that way.
Yeah.
But in a series, all of a sudden they get to that conversation, and you're like, yo, since the first episode, this conversation was needed to happen. And now it's concluding. Yeah.
And obviously, these are first world problems where we're like, "Wah, the movie didn't have enough time. Give us 6 episodes on Disney Plus." Obviously, this is, it's funny. I said that about the Matrix, the latest Matrix. I was like, man, maybe they should have made this a show.
Absolutely correct.
5 years ago, we're not, but 5-6 years ago, we're not talking like that, right? The whole make the movie a show, that's relatively new. That's new. Like, that's just some new shit now. During COVID and all that shit, people were like, fuck it, we'll just make some TV shows, or maybe a little before that. So I get it that it's first world problems, but like, these shows are kicking ass and these movies are dragging ass. Yeah. I don't agree with the Shang-Chi thing. I think Shang-Chi was good. It just had a rough ending.
Listen,
I think out of the ones that you just mentioned, Shang-Chi is probably the strongest, and I think you feel the same way. You've said before how much you like that movie.
Yeah, I do. But so I was reading, or I was looking at a thing where they were like comparing the box office drop to for Doctor Strange compared to the 2020 Phase 4 movies, and talking in that the drop for Shang-Chi was almost as big as the one for Doctor Strange now, and the gentleman talking about it was talking in terms of how it dropped in its second week because it didn't catch on with people.
Yeah.
But because it was in the pandemic and it did better than Black Widow, the media talked about it as a success versus a failure, where Doctor Strange is being looked at as a failure for almost a similar drop. So he was going off of like the nuance from it. And the evidence he showed, people, the opinion has waned a little bit on Shang-Chi. And it could be because of Simu.
Simu is out of control right now.
Yeah, all the shit he's saying, going after other cast members for their beliefs, going after
who?
Simu Liu, Shang-Chi. He's talking hella shit now. Like, bro, this guy's a little gassed up. Like, he's a Hollywood thing now, and he's just being very open about his dislikes about certain things. Like, as of the most recent thing he did was talk about Ethan Hawke and his character and the way he spoke Mandarin in Moon Knight. Apparently it was like gibberish. And I know Simu Liu was playing and he was like, yo, he needs to fire his Mandarin coach. But it's like, Simu, you're part of something a lot bigger now. I know you don't understand this because you just hit the scene, but you got to chill with what you're saying, bro. Even if you believe that, like, you hurting the brand, fam. Yeah. We want to see you again, Simu.
To be honest, he shouldn't have said anything about he should have run after the writers, because why would you write it to be gibberish? Have him say something, and then if Ethan Hawke doesn't pronounce it correctly or something, say something to Ethan. But you can't be mad at Ethan for them. They just handed him this. It's like, yo, say this.
Correct. You going after the wrong person.
Yeah. It's not like, see, I would understand if we found out that Ethan Hawke is fluent in Mandarin, and then it's like, all right, then you could have fucking took it upon yourself. But
yeah,
I mean, when you're not fluent in the language, and they're telling you just read this in this manner, at the time of doing the show, you don't really know what the fuck you're saying. You're trusting the people around you to not make you look stupid.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with all the CGI shit. You're not actually doing anything, so you're trusting that the people who are adding in the CGI is going to make you look good.
And you know, they related it back to, and they actually gave credit to Scarlett Johansson for doing the work and learning Russian. So they like compared it to that, like, okay, she took the time. Man, Phase 4 started good with these shows, but these movies are like raising a lot of questions. Like, are these people really in it like the original 6 were? You know what I mean? Because it's damn Cap. I'm so glad you brought that up about Simu, because the first thing people said was like, yo, Scarlett legit learned Russian. That she can have a conversation in Russian right now if she wanted to. Obviously, she's not fluent. She won't be great at it, but she can control herself and like defend herself. I mean, so Simu got to chill though. Simu got to chill.
Yeah, but she had like 4 or 5 movies where she had to speak Russian, and she's playing a Russian character. Ethan Hawke had like 4 or 5 episodes. He had one episode with Mandarin in it. Forgive me if I didn't spend a fucking year learning Mandarin for the 2 lines I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shishini.
Shifu sometimes just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, I don't like what he's doing.
Up, you know?
He's getting too Hollywood. It's getting to his head, and he's been saying a lot of dumb shit lately. He's been in fire a lot.
You guys also gotta look at it this way. We had Robert Downey Jr. For the most part, since he's been Iron Man, not a damn thing wrong with him. Since he's been Iron Man.
Yep.
Cap, Chris Evans. Nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
ScarJo, nothing wrong with her. Hawkeye, there was that little bit of thing, but it really wasn't his fault.
We got over it. We got over it quick.
Samuel L. Jackson, nothing with him. Bruce Banner, nothing with him. But now you transition to the Phase 4 people. Brie Larson is a problem. Evangeline Lilly's a problem. The girl from Black Panther, his sister's a problem. Simu is depending on what side of the fence you're on, it's a problem. Like, where the movies are with the stars we have left, they're fucking massive problems.
Yeah. They're a lot younger.
Yeah.
They're a lot younger. They hit the Twitter a lot. Because Robert Downey has been in the game so long that he knows that if he has problems with anything from anything in the MCU, he's not going to put it on the gram. He's not going to go to Twitter about it. You know, he's smarter than that.
He's made enough mistakes. He's made all the mistakes to be
correct.
He's made all the mistakes to be made. He goes, I already did all that. It's out of my system. Now I just want to make money.
The episode when he was on Joe Rogan, really good. The podcast with him on Joe Rogan, incredible. They didn't even know each other like that. They had a really good episode. It's pretty cool. Shrek with his drug addiction. It's a shame.
Word.
We about to speak about some green people in a bit.
Yeah. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness writer reveals why they decided not to feature House of M and X-Men. It didn't feel like this was the right place to introduce it, because then it would suddenly have just been about mutants.
It's as you like to say, house way.
Madness, you say?
You know what's crazy? I've been wanting House of M so bad, and Cap has been keeping me off the ledge. He's like, Caps, don't go for it. You don't want to go down this path. And I'm like, you're right, Cap. I don't want to go down this path. He's been keeping me sane. I've been talking House of M since like the first episode here, and Cap is like, dude, chill. You're gonna overhype yourself. Don't do it. And it's like, now he needs to not talk. Everything would have been fine in my life to this point had he not uttered the words House of M. And now people are trying to say, oh, well, we kind of already had House of M with WandaVision.
No.
Where?
Listen. I get it. She created a little pocket reality. House of M, this bitch changed the world. Okay? Okay? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Don't try to give me a consolation prize here. Don't do it.
That's like if you send a picture of your cock to a chick, she goes, well, we kind of had sex already. No.
No.
No, that's not how it works. Just because you've seen it.
And it's funny because Cap said it here plenty of times. He was like, yo, how about we don't do House of M exactly the same, where she says no more mutants. She loses her shit and says, bring out the mutants. Now we put levity on Professor X being there. We put weight on it.
And the thing is, And here's the thing: it didn't feel right. It would have blah blah blah. You have fucking Professor X. He talked to her. Maybe because in our MCU, maybe she's a mutant. You know, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. We don't know how the fuck she's Scarlet Witch.
Nice.
But maybe
Nice.
in there, maybe in 86 or 863 or whatever the fuck that was,
838.
maybe she is a mutant there.
Yeah.
And when Wanda hears mutant and takes it the wrong way, it's like, oh, so I'm a mutant. So I'm a freak. Okay. When she snaps Xavier, everybody's a mutant. Or bring on mutants. Or let there be mutants. Something.
More mutants.
More mutants. Even the dream walking, even her dream walking into her could have led to some shit like that, man.
It could have been revealed that she took over the thing, but she could have said it, and we could have snapped to. We could have did something for later on down the road where we look at where we legit just pan to some seemingly random person who all of a sudden just like and like starts to freak out, and then we cut away, and now the rest of the movie happens, and that's one of the things after the movie we're like, yo, that movie was cool. Was that a mutant? Was that the first? How many other people did that? And then we could sprinkle some shit throughout the rest of the fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I'm not even gonna bring that shit up.
We know we're not writers over here, y'all. We know that, but we're going off what the writer is saying. Like that's the point that I want to keep driving home. Like it's there. The formula has been there the entire time. Like don't call it Multiverse of Madness. Say Doctor Strange 2. That's it. Not everything needs a colon subtitle.
You know what? This should have been Doctor Strange versus
or in the multiverse. In the multiverse.
This should have been Doctor Strange versus Wanda.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Social Supreme versus Scarlet Witch or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But look, when you have the key figure to the House of M, the key figure, the one, literally, that's why not? Why not? Why the fuck not? Why not just a little bit?
Yeah.
At one point, like the perfect way Cap said it, somebody's walking by, lights a cigar and goes. Logan starts smelling. He goes.
Something's weird here. Something's weird.
Simple. It's a simple little thing.
Hey, you can even pull up.
Cowboy hat on. He goes.
You can even pull up on Spider-Man now. You can pull up on Spider-Man with MJ. Like, yo, hold on.
Spidey senses tingling.
Doctor Strange did a thing. You're not supposed to know her. Like, this is weird, Spider-Man. Like, you're supposed to be Dolo. Again, I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. I'm not a biter. I'm a writer. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a writer, bro. I'm not a writer. But what I'm saying is we could throw in Spider-Man there. And I get it. This might get a little too convoluted. But my point is here, don't say the House of M ain't feel right. You literally been building up. Like, I'm sorry. This is a personal topic for me. I have not stopped saying House of M since we started this motherfucker.
Nah,
this is the fucking thing.
Correct. You can go back and watch the episodes.
That's
legit.
Not only don't say House of M didn't feel right. For anybody who's saying we kind of had a House of M, okay, what was taken away and what was given back?
Yeah.
House of M was all Wanda we're feeling persecuted. So you don't like us? Everybody's like us. Shit. I overcorrected? Nobody's like us. What was that here? What's the equivalent? The equivalent is she took over a town of 60 people and then killed the Illuminati. That's not the same.
Yeah, that's not the same.
And there's sprinkles of it. There's sprinkles. The reason House of M happened is because Tony's in the comments, because Tony Stark and Doctor Strange said, yo, you're crazy. You don't have real kids. Oh, word? Wow, no more humans. There was a little vision sprinkled into there too. But it's like, don't tell me we have House of M. We have not had House of M. And this, maybe you don't even have to do it. But now they're talking about Wanda is going to start filming her own solo project.
You know what would have been crazy? If, let's say in that other universe, when she dream walked into that other Wanda, Beast would have tried to fucking talk to Wanda and like, Wanda, we've been through this already. Like, how many? Like, do you need another session? Your kids were not real. They were a manifestation of your powers as a mutant. And she goes, I ain't no fucking mutant. Like, yes, you are. No, mutants are beneath me. Voof. And then all the mutants in that fucking universe just disappeared.
We could have done it all. We could have done it all.
Can we just bring up real quick, since we're on the topic of Wanda and her kids not being real but being real to her?
I got a theory about how they could have made that better.
What I have a theory on how they could have made it better too.
Can we just bring up the fact that at the end of WandaVision, yes, she's dealing with grief or whatever, but she's come to some sort of terms with the fact that she had to sacrifice her kids in order to release everybody, to set everybody free, because she knew that what she was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
And she literally says, I'm going to figure out what this power is. And then we hear the kids endangered. So as we know, she was reading the Darkhold in order to figure out how to deal with her powers. And within doing so, she heard her kids in danger. How did we go from she was dealing with it to instant fucking Terminator?
The relapse is real.
With no acknowledgement in this movie that she still believes, because every single time we see or hear about the twins, they were fine.
Yep. They weren't in danger the whole movie.
So again, the movie's telling us, see, this is the problem I had with Spider-Man. The movie's telling us that Wanda is trying to get her kids, but they're fine. But the knowledge we had coming into this was somewhere in the universe, she believes they're in trouble. Why would she not tell that to Doctor fucking Strange?
I have a question for you, Cap. I have a question. And I watched the movie twice and I don't remember, so before Strange, America Rasputin, and Wanda fight. By the way, shout out to the way she brings out the Darkhold. It's very like karate kung fu. She's like she brings it out the way she's kind of like, I think it's really badass. But like when she brings out the Darkhold so that she can show to Strange that her kids are out there, they're not screaming. They're fine, right? Yeah. They're fine. So I know I'm going to go later, but the minute Toe said that he wanted to talk about this again, I started thinking about how we can save this movie. And that is the number one thing that I would talk about, the kids in the danger. And I got a crazy pie in the sky theory that I honestly believe could not fix this movie, but help it. And I would like to run it by y'all, and y'all jump in how we always do. And we could do Marvel's job how we always do.
Movie.
Yes. And I'll talk about it later. Let me know. Because I got some theories. I got a theory on how we could do it.
I'm telling you right now, at 11 o'clock, we're going to end whatever conversation we have. I'm going to start this whole...
Everybody,
so
how can we fix it? How can we fix it?
We get sufficient time with this shit. So we're going to run through. Here's something that I gave the finger to in the chat, I believe. Doctor Strange.
Middle finger.
Yes, like, I remember this one.
Not remember this kind of finger.
Specifically.
Yeah.
I was like, see,
I saw you put the finger on the...
Doctor Strange knew about Fantastic Four because there was a group of the same name that came in the 60s on Earth 616 and potentially disappeared. I gave it a that. I gave it a that.
I think that was a joke.
No. How? So hold on. Chronologically, Doctor Strange became Doctor Strange in like 2014. Right?
Yeah.
So how would he have known? How would he have knowledge of a superhero family in the 60s?
No.
When Marvel had told us Cap was first, then they skipped all the way to Carol Danvers, then it was Tony, and we started from there. How does he have knowledge that nobody else in the world has fucking said anything about?
He says, Doctor Strange says, Fantastic Four, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? Doctor Strange is like a music guy. In Doctor Strange 1, he's always into music. So there was a group, it's 4 black dudes, called the Fantastic Four. And they had a hit in the 60s. I think he references in Doctor Strange. It's a stupid joke, though. And I agree. Because that's when Marvel gets too cute. And how many times have we said that here? That Marvel tends to get a little too cute sometimes. Because it's like the Fantastic Four came out in the 60s. And that's how they're trying to... Again, too cute. That does deserve a middle finger.
That joke was in the movie?
So, Doctor Strange says, Fantastic Four, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? There is like a group called the Fantastic Four, like a music group.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was so bored, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of shit that we missed, bro. And even on my second watch along, there's a lot of shit we missed.
Had I heard that, I might have had a different reaction just now.
He says, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? The fact that he says chart makes me think that he's talking about a music group. And in Doctor Strange 1, we hear him. Surgery. He knows his music very well. So
yeah, he's doing the surgeries and they're quizzing him on it.
I still agree with you, Cap and Toe. It's still too cute. It's too cute.
Yeah. You know, son, had I known that was a joke actually said in the movie, I might have been like, that's kind of funny.
It is, but
I didn't know. I thought that was somebody in the chat saying it.
Yeah, no, you thought he really knew that the Fantastic Four been out since the 60s.
No,
like, bro, how?
I thought somebody was saying that he knew. I was like, that's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
I didn't know. All right.
It's a meta joke that didn't land. It didn't stick the landing. It's a meta joke. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. Now I'm just getting mad for no reason.
There's a reason.
Yeah, there's a reason.
To the dark side.
All right, so here goes some other shit.
A Deadpool thing.
I haven't got to that one yet.
That's the one that really set me off.
That's recent, right? That's recent, or is that?
So I've been watching a lot about that.
Ones. All right, because this is the one where you mentioned Kang. He goes, in what could be the most brilliant instance of subtle references, Reed Richards is seen using the same tech that the TVA uses in Loki. Yeah. This is a hint that connects Reed Richards and Kang, who are related in the comics.
I was okay. I was okay with this.
It's a subtle reference, but it's the fastest shit I've ever seen. To be honest with you, all I saw was this motherfucker's face and nothing else. I don't remember him portaling and shit. Even though
when he first comes in, he has the blue shit up top. Yeah. It kind of like
the bubble on Black Bolt's head lasted longer before he fucking dropped than what the fuck they seeing.
I still have that image of just like
drooping.
Like you can see it's so gross, bro.
You know, but it's not like it's not like if they would have been like, when Doctor Strange and America Vespucci was walking the streets, there was a fucking poster of the TVA on the wall that no one noticed. That would have been like, oh shit, you little tidbit. But you're literally doing look and then putting it down like that don't matter to me. That it don't help me out.
Marvel does a lot of subtle stupid shit like that.
But I'm not. What I gotta watch this in fucking super slow motion? Like when they had that shit in Shang-Chi where Bruce Banner had that shit on his arm.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
I legitimately said he had some shit on his arm that could have healed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember, I told you that he had some shit on his arm. You're like, this is whatever. It was long enough for me to realize it. It wasn't boom boom, and then I super slow moded, zoomed in, looked up his fucking ass crack, and found it.
The teleporter thing could be a reach. You know, we talk about people reaching here. It could just be a reach.
Because he came from the top, right? He teleported down from it. It wasn't a golden door that they walked through.
I think he teleported. It was like the thing showed up and then he like kind of it's weird.
Here's the thing. Here's two things. One, this is Reed Richards. Him coming up with technology is not outside the bounds of
something
that had it's kind of like this, but it has nothing to do with that.
He
just
deal.
Fucking made some shit up.
It's what he does. That's what I'm saying, Cap. I think it's a reach. I think it's a reach. Because he just creates shit. Like that's what he does.
in Loki, did He Who Remained, did he ever refer to himself as Nathaniel Richards?
No,
No.
not once. The internet would have blown up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You would have said that.
Yeah, the internet would have blown up.
So here's my question, and I hate to be that guy, because we're a room full of Hispanics, so I hate to be the guy who's about to say something who a guy like me would say. But how the fuck?
Say it.
How do we? I don't know how. If he's still Nathaniel Richards, I don't know how we get from white bread to burnt toast. Like, how? Where in the timeline are we gonna find out that they deviated that fucking much?
It's the multiverse, baby. It's a descendant, though, right?
Megan
It's
Good is gonna
it's
be
a descendant, though, right?
the Invisible Woman.
Yo, yes.
It's like his
I don't know. All
great-grandson
I'm
or
saying,
some shit.
your descendant. I mean, I don't know how that goes, but like they're descendants. But you're right. There's a lot of explaining. Comic books are crazy, guys. We tell you every episode. Comic books are nuts.
Here's the thing.
You have a point, though.
What I'm saying is, I'm gonna find an easier time if in the Fantastic Four that we get, they do like they did in Fan Four Stick, where they race swap somebody.
Correct.
Because then I'm like, okay, so somewhere in here we're good. But if they don't, because I'm only saying this in the way genes work. There's a lot of white looking people in my family, hence I look like this. But there are a handful of dark skinned people in my family
That look like Toe.
Looks like him. But what I'm saying is, at a certain point, the dominant gene takes over. So there was a switch clearly on my dad's side at a certain point. If you don't make that switch and you keep telling me that every member of the Fantastic Four that we know of is white, that's a pretty hard fucking switch for now dominant genes to be.
So maybe
he doesn't have blue eyes. He doesn't have.
Maybe they'll explain him as a variant. Maybe they'll explain him as a descendant of a different variant of Kang that was white. Maybe.
Dude, I'm saying is
it's just one of the weird. This is just Marvel being Marvel, drawing themselves into a corner. You say it all the time. They do that a lot.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think we need in the MCU. We don't need him to be Rey.
A descendant. Yeah, I get
we don't need him to be the direct descendant.
We don't
of Palpatine.
We don't. No. We don't.
You know what he could be though?
Or you know what he could be?
He could be somebody that found Reed Richards' notes and technology, and learned from Richards, and that's his knowledge is a descendant of Richards.
Some Facebook Zuckerberg shit.
Kang ultimately is a thief of technology.
Yeah,
he uses technology from the future, kind of like Booster Gold, but smarter.
Yeah,
and more. And he gets it. A Booster Gold kind of guy. And the funny thing is,
he's a time traveling scientist.
I never thought about that before in my life, but Kang is Booster Gold.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I have shit. It just hit me.
Eureka!
Kang is Booster Gold, but just he did it the right way. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I'm upset that I think about this now.
But like
yeah, he ultimately just steals technology and uses it, and he's like, yo, you guys are a little slower, so I got this stuff from the future to take advantage, and somehow he still loses. He loses.
I'm only saying this because for MCU purposes, I think it would if they're gonna call him Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah.
I think it'll be one, put in a definite fucking family tie.
Absolutely, yes.
You either go all out and I'm a Richards from this. This makes me a Richards, or you turn around and go, I was a nobody. Nobody took me seriously until I took the name of the smartest family in the world.
He could be
the name of Richards.
Absolutely,
he won't take me seriously.
He could be adopted also, right? Because isn't he a great grandson or some shit?
That's what I'm saying. Make him adopt, give him a full family lineage.
Or his his fucking son goes out with a the black chick. Like you have an interracial couple there.
Yeah. Or play it cute and just turn around and be like, oh, I took the name Richards because he's the grandfather of this technology.
Well, you kind of put yourself in a Ray situation.
Nah.
But Ray took the name of Skywalker.
No, but here's the difference. Ray was a nobody who then was kind of tied to Palpatine but raised by Scott. No, this is clear and cut. Like I said, you're not taking me seriously, but this name holds weight.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm gonna take this name.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because what's better? What is more Kang than I'm gonna take your technology? I'm gonna take your name. I'm gonna take your actual time period. I'm gonna take everything you have because what you did took everything away from me.
So is this only one variant of Kang or all Kangs doing this? Yeah. Like it does say like the most dangerous Kang that this one was talking about is the one that took Richard's name, and the other Kangs are just Kang something else.
Well, he definitely made it seem that it was just gonna be him no matter what. So see that's what I'm saying. I don't think you need to have him.
We could keep him separate.
Nathaniel Richards, but not related to Reed and them.
I think you could have each one of them in a different way do the name thing. Either I worked with him for years or whatever like that. Just have a way to do it. Because apparently all variants wind up in the same place. Like they said, all the Doctor Strange are pieces of shit, apparently.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what I'm getting at. Am I wrong? Did I not understand that correctly?
No, yeah. No. They didn't made it clear.
Like, yo, everywhere we go with you, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, they made it clear that every single Doctor Strange is the same.
Legit, Christine says it.
Yeah.
Said, all of you Doctor Stranges are the same.
Yeah. Hold on, real quick. Last week you bring up a point that somebody said that these people with powers, the Nexus beings, all have to look the same. But every single version of Loki looked different.
Were the ones that were stuck in the void?
Yeah, the kid Loki, the black Loki, the fucking president.
Loki's not a Nexus being. So far, Wanda and Strange are if we're going by that definition, Wanda and Strange are the only Nexus beings.
Would America count as a Nexus being?
No. So America Chavez doesn't.
You almost called him Vespucci.
He was gonna say Vespucci.
Yeah, he was about to. We almost had him.
America Chavez. There's only one of her. There is no multiples of her.
So she's just outside of it.
She leaves. Okay, so she's just a being.
Remember, they exist outside of all of that. Remember, he says it. She says, "Goes, oh, we exist outside of all of this."
She's outside the multiverse. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
she's the exception to the rule. But like I said, so far only Strange and Wanda have been the exact same every time we see them.
That's why Defender Strange. I was like,
what's a Nexus being?
It's a very good question. No, a Nexus being is from what I understood is somebody who has the ability to fuck with reality and or the multiverses and like actually permanently affect them.
Okay.
So Franklin Richard would definitely be one.
Yeah.
So it's not an illusionist.
Talk about OP.
Yeah.
So like
but his
controls
the comics he's
time,
not, like
but
said.
Time was in our shit. He wasn't controlling time for everybody's. You know what I mean? Like, actually, no. Strike that. Kang is the Nexus being because he
erased every other fucking.
That he was himself. Every other version is just him. So Kang.
Because when you see that statues, they're fighting. He's fighting someone that looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
I think it's time to take a week off and watch the entire MCU, including Phase 4. I think it's time for me to take a week off and do that, like Toad did the other day. It's time,
bro.
I will start from the beginning with Captain Marvel. I promise you, I would. It's been a while. I haven't done a MCU watch How much
Yeah.
movies we got now? 29, 30?
28.
28 movies.
I think. Don't
Yeah,
quote me.
And there's been 5 shows so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what's
And
funny?
a 6th coming in June, and a 7th coming in August, and then Thor: Love and Thunder is July.
Yeah, and November is Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna get delayed. I think
No,
it's gonna get
I
delayed.
think they're done.
No, I think
They
it's
are?
on schedule.
Yeah, it's, I think they're
Oh,
done.
really? Okay, cool.
Remember,
Okay.
it's DC and Sony that push all their stuff back pretty much a lot.
Yeah. Yo,
No
so-
surprise there. Right?
No, for real. Fuck him.
If you count Spider-Man No Way Home's 28.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's time. I think it's time.
You know what's
Hey,
funny?
man.
I
Fuck it.
have not watched Captain Marvel again. I didn't want to see Green Lantern again.
You know, it's not bad. It's not bad until she gets like her knowledge back.
Yeah,
Yo.
but the funny thing is, I like when I watched it, I was like, all right, I'm with it, because it's Marvel. You're gonna miss something.
Yeah.
But then when I realized I didn't need to watch this shit. I've seen
Yeah.
Green Lantern. I know the story. I know how it
I
goes.
only rewatched it because I rewatched in chronological order.
Oh no,
You know
no, I
what-
get it.
yeah,
I get it.
You know what sucks though? They kind of fucked up Captain America because at the end of that movie, Nick Fury starts writing down his Avengers
The
initiative,
Avengers Initiative.
and it's based off of Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel is technically the first
The
Avenger,
first Avenger. Oh.
but Captain America, his movie is the first Avenger.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like,
I don't got time for that right now, Toe.
No, I hear you.
I don't
hear
got
you.
time for that right now.
But since I'm triggering you, let's go into this shit.
Hold
Oh,
on,
man.
I'm gonna
Doctor
say this real
Strange.
quick.
Go ahead.
Wait, let Cap go.
The funny thing with Captain Marvel is I watched that movie in the theaters twice.
Really?
Yes. I went and saw it with Toe, and then I went and saw it with a friend of mine.
Nice.
And the second time, I liked it even more.
Okay.
I was like, yo, I really dig this movie.
you would.
And
You
And
goddamn you,
2 days
Cap, you
ago-
would. Go ahead.
2 days ago, I had a video show up on my YouTube feed.
You're still here. You're still here. We still
Oh,
here.
yeah?
We
Yeah.
don't hear you.
So 2 days ago, I had a video.
He looked at that screen like, fuck.
No, because everything froze on my end. So 2 days ago, I had a video show up on why the title was "Why I Hate Strong Female Characters."
I seen that. I seen
And
that.
Here's the thing: I was like, "Yo, why am I fucking getting these videos, man? I'm tired of these fucking dudes coming out here and like women, blah blah blah."
It's a girl who did it.
Yo, something told me to click on it. I did, and it's actually a female writer,
Yeah.
and she broke down why Captain Marvel is written poorly.
Yeah.
Not that she hates females. She took the Black Widow and Captain Marvel and went point by point and showed how Captain Marvel was written poorly. And as if she was written better, nobody would have a problem with her. And in watching that and seeing what she pointed out, now my opinion on the movie has slightly changed.
It's right there on my YouTube
Yes.
feed.
Yes.
But it's funny. Look, it says why I hate strong female characters, but the subtitle is how to write a strong female character who isn't toxic and annoying. Yo, I've been hovering over that video for a minute. Now that you said something, Cap, I'm gonna watch it.
I suggest everybody to watch.
I'm gonna
because
watch it.
She goes in depth on literary science.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
It has nothing to do with male and with like her being a female or anything, and it has everything to do with the writing of the character, and that will give you that's the type of shit I'm into. Writing characters, writing backstories, all that shit. And now I'm actually gonna go back and watch some other videos she has because she has a whole thing about writing, like just writing in general and playing D&D. You gotta learn, you gotta write a little bit because you're telling a story.
That's
but anyway,
true.
So watching that,
I love that you're a dungeon master. I love that so much. I love that so much.
Watching that is why I have now such strong opinions on how Wanda was written in Doctor Strange. Because I honestly, like I said, the best part of the movie to me was when she went Terminator and went ham and just started fucking chasing them and murdering them, and like that was probably the best acting I've ever seen Elizabeth Olsen do, because I've never been afraid of her ever.
Yeah,
And then she did that, and I'm like, okay, this girl is a problem.
that's good. That's yeah. I hear you.
But the other aspects of the writing for her, with what this lady has pointed out, has now got me in that mode. Like, yo, a little bit more development, a little bit more in this direction, a little bit more here, and we have the perfect solution, which we're gonna get into.
Yeah.
But I recommend for everybody to go watch that video to see the breakdown of why. Because she even brings it up. She's like, people don't like Brie Larson. And then she shows a couple of interviews and the movies. And she goes, oh, but if you watch Brie Larson in something else, or if you show somebody Brie Larson acting somewhere else, there's no problem with her.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. I'm like, yo, she's actually pretty cool in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Great in the room. Her commercials. How many times when her commercials first started coming out with her for Kia, how many times did I tell you, like, yo, if she did that as Captain Marvel, she would have been amazing.
Every Super Bowl. Every Super Bowl.
That video has been in my feed now for like the last 5 days, and I keep sliding by it. Now that you said it, it's like as soon as we finish this podcast, I'm watching that shit.
I did the same thing because I judged that book by the cover.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what's funny? It was only until yesterday on the train ride back home that I'm listening to my music and shit. And because I saw Why I Hate Strong Female Characters, and I judged the book by its cover. And I was like, yo, that's some toxic male masculinity. I'm not going to watch that. Take that off my feed. Then I noticed the subtitle. And it's like, oh, a woman wrote this. And then it piqued my interest. But I'm like, yo, it's 30 minutes. No, whatever.
Yeah.
And then now that you said that, I'm 100% going to watch it. If anybody's interested, Abby Emmons is the name of the lady. 700,000 views on that shit, by the way.
Not so. Two things. One, you can ask my dad if he was awake. When I was sitting watching YouTube on the television and it popped up, I literally said out loud, "Why the fuck is this on my feed?"
Yeah, I did not like it. From the title, I didn't like it. I don't want to hear some guy complaining about Brie Larson. I don't want that. But
like I said, for anybody who's watching us now, who's into writing, who's curious about writing, who likes writing, check out. She has other videos. She has other videos that delve into the actual process of writing. So I don't want to give like a false opinion of her. She is an actual author, an actual writer, and she broke it down in literary science.
Her first
writing was bad.
Cap, her first, like when you go to her channel, her first video is named "Why Your First Chapter Sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm subscribing for no reason. Yeah, subscribe. There you go. There you go, Abby Emmons.
All right, so Cap
My bad.
made Cabs cool off, and I gotta trigger him again.
No.
So yeah. No,
the
we gotta
Deadpool thing.
No, it's not the Deadpool thing yet. Doctor Strange 2 writer reveals Illuminati was never just about fan service. That they served a purpose. It was never about fan service. Really, these Illuminati characters are here because they should be here. For what?
You know what? My theory later on will kind of help with that. But they were literally, that was fan service. That was here just to get us interested. You wanted to show us the chair. You wanted to get us excited. When we saw Professor X, we heard the thank you for that. Thank you for that. That is my favorite part of the movie. My favorite part of the movie.
Got me.
Yeah.
It got
Got
me.
me.
I got excited with the and I love the rendition of it. It was kind of slower.
Yep.
And it was very slow. It was more stop right there. It was cool, but it was fan service. You did it, and you had us all guessing, and you had us all saying, "Oh, it's the you." We knew it was the Illuminati from the beginning. We knew it, and you just had us guessing what characters it was.
Yo,
It was fan service
Toby
and bad.
Toby and Andrew was more than fan service.
And we said that last time, Cap.
Yeah, they served a purpose.
They lend to the character.
What purpose did it serve? To watch Wanda saw a woman in half, secretly steal the powers of a cosmic being and drop a statue on her, have the dumbest man in the world tell her shut his mouth, and then have the second dumbest man in the world try to speak through his no mouth.
And then the third dumbest man in the world didn't even want to go to the battle. He just stayed there. I will pass judgment when they come back. Like, they not coming back, fam.
When they come back, you're going to get it.
Yo, so vouch for me on this. I said earlier today that we're going to find out that in this multiverse, Baron Mordo's father is Van Damme from Sudden Death.
Yeah.
And he grew up with, I don't care if the building's coming down around you, you don't move from this spot.
Why would you say that? That's so funny. Yo,
why
he was just there. He was just there. Like, bro, and it's funny because Strange is in cuffs. He's not gonna do nothing. Those cuffs were literally made to stop magic usage.
Not to mention,
leave him there.
Not to mention, you have Professor X in there who can stop him with his mind. Go help. Why did the fucking magic sorcerer stay like a bitch and hide, but the dude in the wheelchair went to go stop the fucking threat? I guess the bill in 863 doesn't come due.
Yeah.
You know, I do love that Strange said, he's like, you know what? In my world, you hated me. And let me tell you something, brother. I feel like in this world, you hated me too, fuck ass. I do love that Doctor Strange. He threw him out there because you can tell. Like, the reason Mordo is Strange is Sorcerer Supreme is because they had to kill Strange. So you can tell in a time where Strange Supreme was there and Mordo was there, you could tell he was hating. Like, I should be supreme. You're out here using the dark hold. You're out here jaywalking. I know what it's called. It's something jump dreaming, whatever the fuck it's called. Dream walking.
I thought you meant him literally like crossing the street down Green.
Yeah, no, I'm jaywalking. Yeah, jaywalking. I did a toe.
But stick with it, man.
I did a toe. You out here jaywalking and shit. I should be there. I could tell. I love that he said that. But yeah, it was fan service, but it wasn't even fan service done well because it's like you put these guys there and you rip them away from us, which I will tell you why that would make more sense later. But like, again, I said it last time and Cap said it. We all said it. Like, Toby and Andrew made Spider-Man. He was a Spider Boy at the time, and people will call him Spider-Man, but he was clearly a Spider Boy, right? And they got him to be Spider-Man through their experiences and help. It was beautiful. Yeah. Yo, I'm about to. I want to just watch Spider-Man again.
I want to meld my thinking with the thinking of somebody else that I saw. So, as Cab said, Toby and Andrew helped our Peter become a man. Now,
a Spider-Man.
A Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That shoots webs from his ass, apparently. That's a fucking obsession.
Now, somebody said that when Wanda, somebody that was watching, mentioned that when Wanda asked for Strange to get another superhero, he didn't bring up Sam. Neither as Falcon nor as Cap. That was not one of the ones he mentioned, right?
Yeah.
But she was saying the reason she was jokingly saying it, but she was saying the reason he didn't bring up Sam is because had Sam been there, he probably could have talked Wanda off the ledge.
Yeah.
And I bring that up because now, what I was saying when we did a review, what did Toby and Andrew do? They helped Peter with his anger and his grief. They actually had an impact.
Yeah.
At no point, like that, at no point was any of the cameos either trying to help Wanda or famous
Spider Milk. Bro, cut it out, bro.
But at no point was anybody there to facilitate a grieving Wanda. They all Reed said
Wong
it.
tried.
Well, I mean, Wong doesn't count.
Yeah, it's true.
He's not a cameo. He's in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
But the fucking they turn around and go, Steven, you're the bigger threat. How is the guy who hasn't dreamed walked yet bigger than the threat of a person who is dream walking?
Legit.
If dream walking is what you're fucking afraid of.
Yeah. Dream walking is what causes incursions.
No,
And
wait.
she's literally dream again.
Can I just want to say this. It is no longer referred to as dream walking. It is jaywalking.
It's jaywalking. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
You know,
all right.
so get that shit out of here. It's
Okay.
jaywalking.
So from now on, I will refer to it as day walking. Dream walking.
There you go. There you go.
I'll take that. We got Blade coming out here soon. We
Yeah.
got him. He's
She's
coming.
No,
a
but-
day walker.
She's
also-
a daywalker.
Also,
Yo,
I would
she
like.
did some
I would.
really creepy,
Yeah.
coming out that
Yeah.
mirror. That was,
She
you
did.
know.
I would like to also bring up the fact that the only person that had jaywalking demons go after him was Doctor Strange. Like Wanda didn't suffer
Because-
any consequences for jaywalking.
Because he
Jaywalking?
he was jaywalking into a dead body.
Yeah,
That's why.
that broke the laws.
That broke the laws.
Yo,
Again,
How-
it's
how
dumb.
funny is it though? How
It's
funny
dumb.
is it that Wanda literally tells him, "I do it. I'm a villain. You do it. You're a hero." And then that's in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie, all we hear is Doctor Strange is a piece of shit because he keeps doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Where's Wanda getting her? Is Wanda watching Fox News? Where's she getting her fucking news from?
Shots fired.
No, but
Shots fired.
in this universe, having automatic weapons don't add inches to your dick. So
No, 'cause
when
even in our
Doctor Strange fucking does all this bad shit in our universe, he's the fucking man.
By
But even
the
in
way,
our universe,
too,
the
speaking of
motherfucker with
that,
his two cats and his brother, but like, dude, there was another way, probably.
Yeah, right.
speaking of that, remember we were making fun of Christine grabbing that big lamp and like popping off?
Yep.
That's from Doctor Strange 1.
Yeah.
He tries to grab that thing
Caecilius
against
grabbed it and said,
Caecilius,
You know what
and
that
Caecilius
means?
is
Yeah.
like, Caecilius,
You don't know what that
you know
does
how to
mean."
use that, right? And that's why they used it in this one.
So
which
it
is-
makes perfect sense why
it-
Christine knew how to use it in this
Well-
one because she's a woman.
No.
Lois Lane.
I said to Toad that it is quite feasible that her Strange would have told her that's the jar of this. It does
But
this.
it
Yeah.
would have been way better if that candle went in front of the shit and it popped off and she did, oh wait a minute. Wop, 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 wop.
No,
You know what I'm
if
saying?
she already knows what it is, why would you need it to be revealed that way? She
So-
can
so-
look at it and go, "Oh, I know what that is."
And
Bum, bum,
A3
bum,
Yeah,
bum.
but it
And
would also
A3
have
and
been-
Christine is like deeply rooted into the shit.
Yeah.
She is in Illuminati HQ. She
They
knows
told
some
her
stuff.
what happened.
Yeah.
They told her what Strange did. Like,
They
Yeah,
told
but-
they told her they had to kill Strange. Yeah.
She never said anything about Strange teaching of voodoo.
I mean, come on,
You know-
we can make that as a conclusion we can jump to.
No, we cannot. We all know Labe, but you can't conclude that we all know the secret password to his safe.
So-
you know what I'm saying? Like if
So-
his safe fell on the floor, we would have been like, oh, here goes the password.
You sure it's not Punisher 316?
Yo, so
I
Cat,
cannot confirm or deny.
I would that would be a good guess. Punisher 316.
Lay, I'm gonna tell you something right
Mixed two
now.
of my favorite things right there.
Yeah.
If you ever see Toe with a gun and he's able to operate it somewhat correctly, call him Lois Lane, because he had never been around a gun, and you can't make the leap that
Oh,
being
I
around
would make
me,
the leap that it was
with
you.
a gun
I
is.
would
Time out.
make that leap
Time
though.
out.
I would make
Time
that
out.
leap.
Time out. There were movies and TV shows and YouTube videos on how to use a gun properly. They did all that shit. Jack Reacher did the yeah, I know how to do it. You see
You know-
somebody do it, you imitate it.
You know what's funny?
I've never seen a fucking jaw shoot out fire before.
You know what's funny? Well, I mean, this is
Dude,
a
when
movie
you're in
about
the sanctum,
sorcerers.
She's got to turn around and be like, "Oh, what's that?" He's like, "Don't touch that. That does this." And she's like, "Oh, okay." So next time she sees
Oh
it,
yeah,
she
because
knows what it does.
because Lois Lane looks like the type of bitch that just fucking runs around touching every magical shit she can.
That's it. When I go to New York in June,
Doctor
we're going to a
Strange did
shooting range. We're going to a shooting range. We're going to a
We were
shooting range.
We were supposed to go to a shooting range for my fucking birthday, but it never happened.
Let's do it. I'll
Let's
be
do
there
it.
June 3rd, y'all.
There you
I'll
go.
be there June 3rd. Let's go to a shooting range. I know
Let's
Let is
do it.
fucking pumped for a shooting range.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down. Yo,
Yeah.
real quick before we do that, Michael Fassbender's Magneto was going to turn up in the Doctor Strange 2, even filmed a few scenes, but those scenes were ultimately edited out of the theatrical cut.
That's the one that pissed me off. They filmed it.
Who's this
Michael
guy from Star
Fassbender
Trek? Who's this
came
guy, the
through-
black dude from Star Trek?
Jordy.
Jordan. Yeah. Michael Bender came through, filmed the scenes, probably in costume.
Most likely
it's
in
in-
costume.
Get out of here. That's too good.
It
Hey,
didn't feel
no,
right in the multiverse of
doesn't.
madness.
Yeah,
Feel right.
It
You
didn't feel
fucking
right.
cock.
it doesn't
No.
feel right to have her father
Now,
in it.
guys,
I want
I
to
got-
tell your dad.
I gotta help out. I gotta help out a little bit and play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
It was a different director and a different writer that was for the first half of production.
Yeah, because he left.
They
he
could
left.
have done that,
He left.
and then
You're
when
right.
the new writer and Sam Raimi took over, they could have been the ones who made the decision. Like, for the story we're telling, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Put
You
away
know
your
what- you know what-
put away your ego and just continue the script.
You know what? You
Listen,
know what the crazy
fuck how
shit
you
is?
feel.
The
Fuck how you
sentence,
feel.
yeah, the sentence you said, Cap, was completely right. You just added a few words. The story we're telling doesn't seem right. That's what the director came out and said, because there's so many fucking plot holes in the bullshit. But
I said in the last episode, the multiverse of plot holes.
yeah,
Yo, but
yo,
how
and
funny
then
is it? How funny is it that people were saying that like this was formulaic or some shit, but the two visibly most disappointing to the fan base movies, Eternals and Doctor Strange, Multiverse or whatever.
Are completely out of the formula.
Yeah, they're the only two where the director was allowed to go with their vision.
Break the mold. Yeah, no. Let Kevin
Yeah.
Feige run the fucking show.
They
That's
shoulda
it.
gave
We
him
got it
glasses.
confirmed.
they should have gave him glasses to help him with his nearsightedness. Because my man, you look to the wall. We
are
gave you
gonna
a planet
start.
and you looked at the wall.
We are gonna start a petition to bring back the Russos.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We're gonna write.
We'll
the
get
fucking
five.
Multiverse
We'll
of
get
Madness.
we'll get 5 million online signatures to bring back the Russos.
Yo, you know
100%.
something, Cabs. You said you're gonna be here in June. We might have to cut off all the podcasts for the week, and we're gonna film Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, and we're gonna find a woman to play Wanda. Cap is gonna be fucking Doctor Strange because he already got the beard. I'll
That
be
makes
Wong. You know
That
what I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
Dude, if you're gonna be anybody, you gotta be America Chavez.
I'll be America Vespucci. Fuck it, I'll get the wig. You know what I'm saying? And yo, we're gonna have to redo this whole movie.
It's funny because I leave Wednesday morning. Saturday and Sunday I'm booked, but Monday I am completely free. If y'all want to do some stupid shit and record some stuff, I am there. I'm there. Listen to what I'm saying. I am there. Like, yeah. I'll be around.
We're gonna have to do that shit.
Let me re-up again on some beer.
All right, because this one I know is probably gonna.
And then we'll talk all this shit about saving the movie. And
Yeah.
the Deadpool stuff. I gotta get
Yeah.
into that.
This one might actually trigger Cap. Industry insider James Clement reveals why Marvel decided against having Ghost Rider in Doctor Strange 2. I guess Ghost Rider was likely going to fight Wanda and probably die.
So, Ghost Rider. Well, here's the thing: when you have a character that can literally rewrite reality, yes, she can kill anybody. But her killing, I mean, it's weird because is she killing Ketch? Is she killing Johnny? Is she killing the
Robbie.
Spanish dude, Robbie?
Yeah.
Is she killing the female Ghost Rider? Is she killing Caretaker? Like which Rider are we doing? And how cool would it have been had this would have went down? The Rider shows up, grabs Wanda in the fucking chains, tries to do the penance there.
Oh my
The
god!
penance. What happened?
I just said, oh my god! I just came in here. You talk about the writer, bro? Like, come on! Oh my
So-
god!
Ghost Rider shows up, wraps Wanda in the chain, goes for the penance there. The penance there doesn't work because Wanda's overpowering. The Ghost Rider or Johnny or whoever it is turns around and goes, fuck it, I have an idea. Sends the spirit into Wanda. Now there's an internal battle. Johnny or whoever their writer is gets knocked the fuck out, and she expels the spirit of vengeance from herself, thus making it look like she had just killed the fucking Ghost Rider, and whoever the human is powerless. And then we could have just somewhere down the line, the deal is made again because you can't really kill a spirit. Blah 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 blah. He gets his shit back, or it's a different one. But that's how you could have done this.
Holy
It's been like, yo,
shit.
Wanda is not fucking playing.
She's not playing.
Not strong enough.
Oh my god, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean,
But like Cab said, we're not writers.
We're not writers.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know how to write movies.
We're not writers.
what
We're not
what
writers.
was
We're not
what
writers.
was the Daredevil the Deadpool thing? The picture,
So check.
Didn't hit?
Okay,
the one
So-
with Ryan Reynolds.
so that's the one that threw me over the edge because when Multiverse of Madness was first talked about, when it was like first like, yo, we're gonna do this movie, Ryan Reynolds showed up in the IMDb. He was immediately taken off though, immediately, right? So everybody was like, oh, is he gonna be in? He's gonna be in, whatever. Then a couple, like during the filming of this movie, somebody had 2 leaks with some deleted scenes. I'll get into that in just a second. Then the writer confirmed it. He was like, yeah, we thought about Deadpool, of course, but it didn't feel right. In the Multiverse of Madness, Deadpool didn't feel right. Out of all of the cameos we could have gotten here, I think Deadpool is the strongest one you could bring in. We were prepping for, but okay, so this is crazy. This is crazy. Couple months ago, somebody made a leak of 2 post-credit scenes that would be in this movie. Now, I think these 2 post-credit scenes were like 2 mid-credit scenes that they could have chosen from, because in Marvel they have 2 post-credit scenes. They have the mid-credit scenes that has to do with the universe. Then they have the end one that has to do with the movie itself, like Shang-Chi. Mid-credit scene, Wong, Captain Marvel, and Hulk show up.
Yeah.
And then at the end is the sister taking over the 10 rings. They always do it like that. But I wouldn't buy this at all, but they nailed one of the post-credit scenes. So this leak said that there was going to be 2 post-credit scenes. The first one, they called it in spades, which was Clea. And they said, played by Charlize Theron. They mentioned the third eye. This came straight out of the script. But then the second post-credit scene, and again, this wouldn't be at the end of the movie unless Marvel changes the formula or whatnot. Because, like I said, there's a formula they follow for post-credit scenes. But the second post-credit scene went like this: Deadpool, Cable, Domino, and Vanessa walk into Illuminati HQ to see the mess going on. Deadpool makes a John Krasinski joke about The Office, of course. And then he breaks the fourth wall, looks at the screen, and tells people, yo, Professor X is dead again? How many times is this guy going to die? Like, I wouldn't have believed this, but the fact that they nailed the Charlize Theron one is what made me believe that this is a source. They knew something here. So I think the way that it was, they were either going to put in Clea or Deadpool. I think that's what's going to happen. But like, that scene would have been incredible for me personally. I think that shit would have been great. I don't know how people would feel about Cable Josh Brolin. I'd be okay with that. We don't have Thanos no more. We never really saw Josh Brolin's face. We heard his voice, but he could be Cable. Would anybody have a problem with that? I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. What do you guys think about a scene like that?
I wouldn't have had a problem with it. I just said, let's make Chris Evans Johnny Storm again.
Yeah.
And he was cat, so I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
It would have been better than the Autolycus smacking himself.
Yeah. I mean, again, they got to do something movie related to the particular movie. I didn't like that post-credit scene.
I don't have a problem with Deadpool and those characters being in a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that post-credit scene as described. Because that just seems stupid as shit.
Yeah. I think like,
the
John Krasinski joke would be funny.
Have you read Deadpool?
All of them.
That's what he does.
I don't know why Domino and Vanessa would be there.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah. Whoa, no, sorry. I don't know why Domino would be there. Maybe Cable, but like Deadpool, maybe Vanessa. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know because Vanessa has the gene now. I guess.
What would have been dope is if they all went there to go help out, and Cable were like, no, and left, and then Deadpool would have been like, wait, she killed Professor X?
Yeah.
How many times is this guy gonna fucking die?
I think Cable and Deadpool would have been fine with me.
Oh, yo, how about this? Because you just gave me an idea. So they show up to help. They see Wanda kill Professor X, and Deadpool's like, nope, that's like the 46th time he's died. And
yeah. So I would say this.
And he just looks at Cable's like, yo, let's see what's going on in 616.
Yeah. So I will say this. The way they called the Charlize Theron post-credit scene was a little off. They did have some things that were off. So I'm guessing in the Deadpool one, things could have been off a little bit. But just Deadpool showing up. Out of all the cameos we mentioned, I think Deadpool is the one that works the most here.
Yeah.
He's always talking shit about the X-Men. Always. His last movie was in the mansion. He was in the mansion the whole time.
Deadpool has a teleporter on his belt, right? We never get to see it in his movies, but everybody knows that in the MCU, they try to stick comic accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, America Chavez just randomly shows up running on the street from Gigantor or whatever the fuck that shit's name was, right?
There's a lot going on there.
How about we see the moment where America runs into our New York, and behind or pushing into him and forcing him to go with her on accident, it's Deadpool. And he's like, no, what'd you do? Looks at us in the camera's like, oh shit. And then whoop, teleports somewhere else. And then it would make sense that we're like, oh shit, Deadpool just showed up. But then we still get that action scene, and we still get the urgency. Doctor Strange didn't see him, so he wouldn't go after him. We still have this movie to go through, and now we get to ponder, where the fuck did Deadpool go?
Where is Deadpool? Deadpool to me is the one that makes the most sense out of all of these cameos. He's the one that makes the most sense.
And once again, if it's so random, that would be the perfect randomness.
We just saw him vibing with mutants. We saw him vibing with a bunch of mutants.
I'm going to say it again. We went through the hall of cameos.
Yeah.
All those little fucking dimensions and multiverses they went to, pop somebody in the fucking background, and as we're
Something-
passing, it's like it's them, him.
Somebody could have just like dropped in by mistake. Like, hey, okay, I'll go back.
You know what's funny? You know what?
Anything.
Give me Bob, Deadpool's best friend.
Yeah.
Bob,
Yeah.
Bob is awesome. He did it again. He left me. He's looking around like he left me again. Son of a bitch.
And but then
When he comes back, I'm back, man. I just realized you weren't with me. Come on.
or what's his name? Pete, the guy he saved.
Oh,
That was just yeah, just like him. Was like, come on, Pete, we gotta save you, man. You're too important to this. You know, like he really gives a shit about him.
I think Deadpool would have been just
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
Like I know, and then look again. Excuse me. I started this podcast by saying everybody had crazy expectations and they were upset that a million characters weren't in this. We are not asking for a million characters to be in this. We're asking for an extra one or two based off what the writer has said. He mentioned Fassbender. He mentioned House of M. He mentioned Deadpool. Nothing but mutants laying around. You give us the one mutant.
Yeah.
Could have done a little more?
You know the thing when I said I'm not gonna say it. Imagine if
Oh boy.
Sabretooth was there, not a part of the Illuminati, but was there with Charles, and he was running after Wanda on some. Well, you can't control my mind.
Like he's doing some kind of rehabilitation
Yeah.
program, like trying to get
Yeah.
him better. Like
or
yo,
just-
Wolverine fucked you up last time, man. You gotta chill.
Yeah,
How
like
about in this universe, Wolverine is dead because he covered himself in adamantium, and Sabretooth just had to fucking change a heart.
yeah.
Like
You know-
this is a different this is a unique universe that doesn't tie into any
Well,
comic.
no, because
Yeah, you could have
in
done
this
whatever you
universe-
wanted.
In this universe, the Illuminati fucking settled the dispute between Magneto and Professor X. That whole mutant dispute shit.
Yeah,
Where Sabretooth is like, yo, I'm just a fucking guy now.
I'm chilling. I'm
And
chilling.
and I'm here to protect Charles Xavier because I owe him that much. Because he said, but it's like you can't control my mind, and he turns savage in honor. See, now the way we would save these movies, we're gonna jump into that shit. The way we're gonna save these movies, I have a little different twist on it. But Lay, since you've been talking
yours first, because Lay said, I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about Cavs.
No, I was gonna say because Lay's been talking this whole podcast and give us any chance to speak. I want to know how Lay would save this movie.
If I mean,
If you need time,
if you need time,
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I would have never at any point used Illuminati for anything. They would have not been in this.
Oh shit!
I would have not used them at all. You know what I mean? I would have honestly.
So
done
can I ask you a
everything
question
if I
then
was
before you
to,
keep going? Quick question before you keep going. So you would have saved them for like a
Yes.
bigger, more focused project on them.
Absolutely correct. Yeah,
Okay.
where it could be a point where one getting the rest of them, kind of like the way Iron Man did it, the way it was done in the comics.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, listen, we can figure stuff out for the world. Like, oh, this is pretty fucking arrogant of you asshole. But anyway, no, my thing would have definitely been, I would lean more towards a House of M kind of thing, but not necessarily it. It's like, I would have done it the other way. She goes, oh, so you think I'm the only mutant? More mutants, and then everybody's in they're kind of like the Terrigen Mist, their powers develop. You know what I mean? So you see a kid looking up and you see that fruity ray go up.
It makes sense though because of
Yeah.
Black Bolt, he like holds down that Terrigen Mist. That's
Absolutely.
and we got Miss Marvel coming.
Yep.
I mean, they changed Miss Marvel's powers though, so I guess that wouldn't work. But that's what
That's
makes
a-
me.
that's-
That's literally what
something
makes
for-
Miss Marvel. The
That's
Terrigen
definitely
Mist.
something for another episode because
You're right.
I have
You're right.
so much about that because I've read the comics. I really love the character, and then I saw that and I was like, you know what? Sometimes you can't fuck us, Kevin. You can't fuck shit up.
I
Yeah.
am gonna be. I'm gonna be positive about Miss Marvel's TV show.
Mhm.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the change of power and making it more
Absolutely.
cosmic. I
I'm
need
the-
to see that.
I'm the other way around. I'm gonna be more positive about the changing of the powers, and I'm gonna be highly suspect about the fucking TV show, which I
Yeah.
think is aimed at 14-year-old girls, which
Yeah.
are not us.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
I-
can agree with that.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm
I can agree
you
with
know,
that.
and
It's a-
it's funny
Like-
because after WandaVision, Loki, and Captain America, I haven't really judged any other shows that came out after, and I've loved them. Like Wanda, Cap, and Loki. We had a lot to say about those shows originally, and we were good with all of them. And then we didn't say a word about Hawkeye, and that shit turned out to be one of our favorites. We didn't say a damn thing about Moon Knight, and that is quite possibly one of the best out of the
Yes.
bunch. It could
Yeah.
easily be the best out of the bunch. So, Miss Marvel, there's a lot of questions. It's funny. She-Hulk, the trailer actually looked very funny, but the CGI was even for Marvel, the
You got to sharpen
CGI
up those
looked
points.
bad.
She looked really unfamiliar.
She looks bad.
Yeah,
she looks
bro.
bad. But
I
it's
saw it, I
funny.
was like-
They have a lot of it's funny. I thought about you, Toe, because they have some sexual innuendo there. You know what I mean? Like when she's carrying the guy to her room or whatever, and she's like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Oh, your ass looks great." I was like, "Yo, this is the green lady Toe been waiting for his whole life."
Yo,
Yep,
again,
yep.
I normally don't like to make comments like this, and I don't get into this kind of speak, but since we brought it up, that dude was definitely gonna get pegged, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, she's the daddy in that situation.
Yeah, she's taking full control of that
Yeah.
whole situation.
I mean-
and he death by snoo, bro.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was
No,
Shoo-Shoo.
That's the reference. That's the reference.
Mhm.
That's what I got from it. But
Yeah.
okay.
So
Let's-
you want me to give my little quick fix before you two get in there and give your whole shit?
Go, yeah, please.
Yeah.
I just
My
don't
little-
want you to take my shit.
Well, who knows? My little quick fix is this.
I'm probably gonna take your shit.
No, this is it. This is my quick fix. What's his name? Strange is like, yo, I never told you her name. And Wanda reveals that she's in the crowd. She's in the fucking field of rot. For anybody who plays Elden Ring.
Hey.
And she brings up the Darkhold and goes, I have to save them. And we hear the kids screaming, help us, help us.
Already taking my shit.
But Strange doesn't.
Mm.
And Strange is like, what are you talking about? So again, they put us in the position of who's telling the truth. Is Strange lying to Wanda to get her to stop? Is Wanda being lied to? We're disoriented because we're like, no. Clearly, Wanda thinks something is happening,
Yeah.
but they're saying it's not. What the fuck's going on? That's my little fix. You guys can rant now.
Hey man,
You want to go, Toe?
I would need Cap to help me remember what I told him before, but I think it was off the basis of we don't know who's trying to get America's powers. We just know the monsters are after her, and Doctor Strange is trying to protect her through this whole time. And what's happening is, Wanda is dream walking or jaywalking through every dimension because she's trying to find the real incarnation of her kids, because they say that the dreams are connections to other dimensions.
Correct.
So she's having dreams of these kids, which she manifested from some real dimension where they were actually real.
See, that's why I wanted to go first.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Then you go first.
No, that's it. You're going.
Yeah,
you gotta go now. You gotta
hey,
finish.
yeah, listen.
You gotta finish now.
So since she connected with those kids so well, she's looking for that dimension where those kids are actually real. And when she finds them, that's why she needs America to get to that dimension. And that dimension is where the Illuminati is. Now, the Illuminati was warned about a threat, but it was never the Illuminati versus Wanda. It's that Wanda versus our Wanda, because the same dreams that this Wanda would have had about her kids being alive and real in another dimension, that Wanda would have had the dreams of her losing her kids from this dimension. So it would have been a mother trying to get back her kids versus a mother trying not to let go of her kids.
Now the whole mother's love thing actually has some weight to it.
Yes.
It has some, and like, So mine is kind of in that direction. Now, guys, mine is pie in the sky. You know how I get, right? You know how I get.
Yes.
So, and this, I actually bounced off of Cap because last time we were on this last episode, he said, "Yo, the kids were never in fucking danger the entire time. They weren't." So I would like the movie to play out the exact same way until we get up to the fight of Strange and Vespucci versus Strange and America Chavez, against Wanda.
Vespucci, a real
Against
name.
Wanda. Again, I love how she brings up the dark code. It's very Tai Chi-ish. It's so cool. I really love that. But when she brings it up, we can actually hear the kids in not just danger, but turmoil. Oh my God, help, 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 help. And Strange is like, yo, hold on. What's going on here? Excuse me. Strange is like, yo, is that the Darkhold? Is that Wanda? Is that real? What's happening here? And Strange is confused. And Wanda's like, you see what the fuck I'm saying? This is real, bro. My kids are in danger somewhere. And America's thinking like, Strange, I don't know, bro. I don't know. So then whatever, they get into the fight. America opens the portal. Strange knocks her through. We're in 838 now. It plays out exactly the same. They go to the Sanctum Sanctorum. They meet Mordo. Everything plays out the same. They drink the tea. Mordo brings Strange in for questioning. We're up against the Illuminati now, right? The Illuminati is basically the same thing. Like, yo, Strange, you are the problem with this multiverse. The reason we have incursions all over the place is because of you. And Strange is like, yo, I hear you. But you see what Wanda's doing? Wanda is literally trying to jaywalk. She's trying to steal America. She is trying to do anything in her power to get to her kids. Don't worry about me. Worry about this bitch. Here's the twist, though. The Illuminati says, we know all about Wanda's kids. They're here in Illuminati HQ. And Strange is like, what? He was like, yes. Wanda is so powerful that when she lost it and, did her thing in Westview, she literally created a carbon copy of her kids who are really out in the multiverse. We have them here because at one point in the future, these kids are going to turn just like little Wanda's. So we're making the tough decision of keeping these kids here, and little by little we're trying to suck out their power so that they don't turn into Wanda's in the future. So now we give Wanda all the weight in the world. Her killing the Illuminati now makes sense. You actually have people thinking, you know what, Wanda? Fuck those people. Fuck Reed Richards. Fuck Black Ball. Kill them. You're right. They suck. Then we have a struggle within Strange now where he's like, hey, man, you guys are kind of jerks in this fucking place. I kind of side with Wanda. It's kind of like Amit. Like, these kids aren't bad yet. You're judging them before the fact. And we literally just saw that.
Yeah.
And then it also gives this weird kind of balance to the Illuminati where you're going to have people talking about, I was about to say guests, like if I'm at work. You have people talking about like, okay, hold on. I understand it's a little messed up what they're doing to the kids, but we don't want them to turn into little Wandas. And then you have other people saying, fuck the Illuminati. They're holding Wanda's kids for no reason. Wanda, go and kill the motherfuckers. So now even killing them makes sense. And the kids have been in trouble this entire time. Now every little aspect of this movie gets some extra weight into it. That's how I would save this movie.
Yeah, hit that applause button.
That's how I would save that movie. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it.
Every time we put our heads together, one of us comes up with what
we make shit happen.
That's it right there.
That's how you do it, bro. Now, granted, I know there's some writing shit that might have sounded weird where her kids really being real, but like whatever. They're out in the multiverse. The motherfuckers was not in danger. They were playing Xbox and singing songs about ice cream the whole time.
Yeah.
Wanda, eventually they're gonna have to be like Les said, Wanda just came back from Target in that world.
Yo, And again, she can
From
reshape
Dark Knight
reality.
Terminator like this. Just done. Ready.
Yo, she can reshape reality, and with our Wanda mixing with their Wanda, why would they have?
Yeah.
That could have been the thing of why these are real and not.
Yeah, and
Absolutely, yes,
the
yes.
crazy shit is the emotional connection should have been with one of her children and not Doctor Strange in that fucking watch.
Correct. Like, yeah, like if the kids would have legit been in danger the whole time, we got a movie, we got a plot. But everything that happened in WandaVision, and yes, at the end of WandaVision, the Darkhold was like telling her, help, help, help. And it's funny because me and Cap had that argument last time, or the discussion last time about, well, maybe it was the Darkhold doing this. There's been a lot of people talking about that. But the one thing that they're saying is like, okay, if that is indeed the case, they didn't really do a good job at stating that. Strange says one line, and that's it. So maybe the Darkhold wasn't fucking with her. Maybe she just really hurt her kids in trouble. And like they're in trouble the entire fucking movie.
Yep.
That's it. You don't even have to go as crazy as I went. Just have them really be in trouble the entire time. And we got a movie.
Yeah, again, a little bit more development, like we've been saying.
Or
even if it's the illusion, even
if it
even
was
if
the
you don't go
illusion,
that
Cap,
direct,
yeah. Even
just make us, the audience, question.
Or
what the fuck is really happening?
or we don't know that Wanda's the bad guy and she's using these monsters to try to get America, and she lures America into trusting her and taking her to that dimension where her kids are real.
Yeah.
And then there's a twist like, hold on, wait, she's the one who set this up. She's been doing this shit the whole time. And now America has no choice but to defend herself, and the Illuminati had to protect America. And they're like, yo, see, we knew Doctor Strange is a jerk. He fucking trusted the woman that's going to destroy our fucking universe.
Yes, now there's conflict amongst characters. If those kids would have legit... The problem with this movie is that we get to them kids and they're playing Xbox chilling.
Yeah.
If that version of Wanda was holding them down in danger because she didn't want them to be taken by the Scarlet Witch from another planet or another universe, even that makes sense. The biggest problem with this movie is that them kids was never in danger.
Yo, now, I think I said this last time. If we would have heard just once in the movie the kid screaming, right? That would have been enough, because then at the end, when Wanda shows up, or we hear them scream once, right? But then we see that they're fine. But then at the end, when the Scarlet Witch shows up and they're screaming, we get a reminder that, oh, time is happening all at once in a circle. So the screaming she heard was the result of her showing up to take them, and she was the cause of them fucking screaming for help. Because they're saying the exact same things that we heard in the Darkhold.
If Wanda would have heard them kids and she would have been like, oh my God, they're screaming because I came into this world. Yeah. That's it. We got a movie.
Yeah.
We got a movie. It was really that simple.
They did that exact thing. They did the exact thing we just said. Because when she showed up and she said, oh, they see me as the monster, I fucked up. They did that. The one thing they missed was telling us that she thought they were in danger in this movie.
You did say that last time, by the way. You did say that last episode. You said last episode that if they would have, if we would have somehow found out that the reason the kids felt worried was because Wanda got there and tried to steal them, we got a movie. It was really that easy. Pearl says, if those kids had their uncle, then this would have never happened. Yo,
word.
Not for nothing. It would have been cool. It would have been cool. It would have been cool.
Multiverse of Madness.
It would have been cool. If we would have gotten Kick-Ass, real Pietro, we would have got them. That's cool.
How cool, sad, tragic, and fucked up would it have been had this movie or Infinity War, she had to kill the man she loves, and it was for nothing. And in this movie, she now has to kill Pietro
Yo.
because he shows up as like, "You're not my Wanda. You're not taking these
Yo.
kids." And she's so fucking again, you at this point, we're like, yo, she's not gonna Pietro's here. She's not gonna do this. And then she does it, and then we're like, yo, I think she's lost to this Darkhold.
Yo, dude, and
She's
then
lost her fucking mind.
you have Magneto and Pietro?
Oof.
Because in that one, that's the grandfather to those fucking kids.
Like the family comes out.
Yeah.
Like Wanda, yo, I'm grandpa, I'm uncle. You really need to chill.
And that's when it would have been like some Professor X is in her mind trying to reason with her, and he snaps her and does all that shit, and then that's where Magneto goes, nah, I gotta handle this bitch. And Pietro's like, wait,
can I ask y'all a
this is our
question?
sister from another.
Can I ask you a question, Toe? Can I ask you a question? Would you have given up all of that 838 Illuminati shit for that grandfather uncle moment between Pietro and Magneto?
Yes.
I think I would have too.
I would have given up
all that Illuminati shit for that right there.
Yeah, I'd have given up the Illuminati for mutants, for the Professor X, Cyclops, Magneto.
Look at that.
So you could kill Cyclops.
Oh, there we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you're back.
You fucked it up.
No, but think about it. Think about it. That's his right hand man, right? You have.
That's absolutely correct.
You have
die first.
The School of the Gifted. Who would take care of these fucking kids? Professor X. If these kids are real, they're mutants.
Yeah,
they're mutants in this generation. Professor X would be the one to take care of them. She would go after Professor X. She would have to take on the X-Men and the Mutant Society and all that other shit. And Magneto.
Shout out to Pro for pitching in there. Shout out to Pro.
But this is where you actually show the fucking strength of Magneto and Professor X. Yes, Wanda's OP, but so is Magneto and Professor X.
So
they would have put up a better.
And we could have had
Onslaught.
Yeah, they would have been a better fucking. Yeah, they would have been a better fucking match between Magneto and Professor X versus Wanda. Then
and we could have had a callback to Jean Grey in X-Men 3. Could have had a beautiful little callback on some like Fassbender. Like, I feel like we've done this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe bring in Ian McKellen. Fuck that. Bring in Ian. I mean, I don't know if he would be down for it. I'm not.
Of course you would.
But I mean, if Patrick Stewart is down, Ian McKellen is down.
They boys.
Yeah, they're very cool with each other.
Yeah, I got
that's madness right there. You have nothing but different versions of Professor X and Magneto fighting Wanda. They're all mutants, but this Wanda's not a mutant. And then you see all that shit. She's killing her fucking father and brother multiple fucking times to get her kids. Yeah. And then Doctor Strange comes in and tries to possess her mind with Professor X. And she's fighting demons and all these other fucking mutants that he's projecting in her mind. That sounds like madness to me.
Mephisto?
Yeah. Or Nightmare. Like Nightmare is controlling her this whole time. Is that what I bring up to you?
Yeah, you said Nightmare before.
Yeah,
you said Nightmare last time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's fucking go. Because to be honest with you, we don't see the mutants happening for a long fucking time. So why not fucking throw in Sinister and the fucking the dinosaur land where the mutants don't have any powers, the Savage Lands. Like you're going through all those fucking dimensions anyway. Go through that shit.
This one's for you, Morph.
You know?
Yeah, I got two things. One serious and one joking.
Let's sprinkle the cap on it, please. Sprinkle the cap on it.
The joking one is X3, The Last Stand, is confirmed Lay's favorite X-Men movie. Because Cyclops died in it.
Absolutely. It is the best scene. It is the best scene in the shit show.
Before you go, Cap, I think that entire movie is saved by Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
That is
I love it's perfect casting. It wasn't done great, but I loved it. Sorry, continue.
Perfect casting does not a good movie make.
No, I know. Trust me. I know.
And a good death does that.
I know, but I did love Kelsey Grammer Beast so much.
Which
everybody, that one. I was like, oh, good call.
Funny story. I saw that movie in Italy, right? And it was in Italian. But the script had leaked, and I read the entire script before watching it.
No way.
So I'm in the theater. It's only Italian, no subtitles. and I'm laughing at jokes because I know what the fuck they're saying. And the people
Oh,
around me
shit.
are like, "Yo, Vic, when'd you learn Italian?" I'm like, I don't know Italian at all. But I read it leaked and I read the entire script, so I know what the fuck is going on.
That is hilarious. So you were overseas at the time, serving and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
But the other thing I was gonna say is, so for everybody who says that this was a little sprinkle of House of M, I'm gonna say this here. In the House of M, we had people tell Wanda that her kids weren't real.
Yep.
And the stress of losing them and being told that she was crazy snapped her and forced her to do what she did, to change reality in the way she did and all the events that transpired. In this movie, we had a woman who was already on the path of fucking world domination, then be told your kids weren't real. That had no effect on her mental state. She was already on that path.
Correct.
Again, this is not a House of M thing. Because somewhere between her being okay enough to end Westview and tell Monica Rambeau, or whichever Rambeau that was, that I am going to try to get a hold of this, and the start of Doctor Strange, she snapped somehow. And we never got to see that. So if you wanted this to be a true MCU version of House of M, we would have needed for when Doctor Strange is in the orchard, for her to turn around and be like, well, your kids weren't real. For Wanda to turn around and say something to the effect of, why do they keep saying that? And when she does that, she dropped the illusion because she lost control. And Strange is like, oh, what the fuck am I in?
Yeah.
And then we would have had even we could have had that sans the kids yelling, and just realize, oh, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And now there is no rationality.
There's no coming back. She's just there now.
And it doesn't matter. Hell bent on
the kids.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. Darkhold, corruptor, not whatever. That was what did they say in the what if? There are absolute moments.
Absolute points.
That could have been the absolute point. The one time too many where Wanda was told that her kids weren't real when they were to her, and seeing the snap.
And she just snaps. Oh, beautiful. It would be great. Damn. Honestly, this could have been the House of M movie. But I don't know what kind of implications it would have left into the MCU. But I mean, this could have been the House of M movie. We could call this Doctor Strange all you want, but this could easily be titled Scarlet Witch in the Multiverse of Madness.
Can we not forget?
I think that's a better title.
Yeah.
Can we not forget that Wanda can rewrite reality?
Yes.
So with the mention of a word, she could have rewrote it that from that point forward, the X-Men and everything have been there.
She could have canonized all of these other properties better than the MCU could have canonized all these properties by just saying a single word.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't have mattered that they weren't in the phases that we saw, because that all happened before Wanda switched reality.
That could have been the real retcon. There you go, Cap.
Yeah, all she would have had to say was Disney.
If Wanda would have had a House of M type episode in this movie, there's no need to explain anything behind that. We could have just pushed forward like this. We could have brought in Heroes for Hire. We could have brought in the fucking X-Men. We could have brought in legit everyone.
And just like Kevin Feige wants to say that Sylvie, the best angel,
Sylvie was the reason we got this.
The reason all this shit happened. Wanda is now the reason, the de facto reason that going forward we got
mutants. We got mutants.
And without having to explain how 80 fucking years it went by and not one mutant has showed up, and all of a sudden we got a fucking team of them.
So then I got a question for y'all, because every time, whether you're making a video game or you're making a movie, there's QA, there's quality assurance, there's quality testers. Clearly, there's people like us listening to this, looking at it, and they probably made these type of suggestions. So do you think it's like a suit arrogance kind of thing that they don't want to do something like this, or they were just not really interested in just telling the story? Because what you just said, Cap, makes the most sense out of everything. We could have just House of M this shit and move forward 4, 5, 6, 7, however you wanted.
You know what I think happened? I think what happened was when they sat down and they had the idea for the storyline for everything that was happening after this movie, someone goes, "Why don't we House of M this so we could throw in mutants?" And another guy is like,
"You're fired."
Well, no, it's like, well, right now we can't fit mutants into the future of every other movie, but we have something in for that. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. We're gonna hold off on that until later on when we can explain it better or some shit. I think what this movie really suffered from was that editing table where the guy goes, "Oh, fuck making sense. This movie needed to be an hour and 15 minutes." You know what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna sit here and be like, "Yo, there's deleted scenes that when it comes out we're gonna show you," no. Then someone should have watched it before you released it.
That's what I'm saying. Quality.
Yeah. I honestly, I would like to think that someone has a plan for the long-term storyline of this shit, because you don't like fuck NASA at this point. Marvel got people in rooms just thinking shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they suffer from, listen, we can't have women on the screen longer than 45 minutes. This movie got to be an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh.
The boys are gonna complain that there's too many women in this movie. So hour 15 minutes. Take out Deadpool.
It's so annoying.
Take out Deadpool. Take out the sex scene. Take out the scene where the kids are in danger. Take out the scene where Wong actually kicks somebody's ass. We don't need fucking Abomination in here. I know Spider-Man was only swinging through, but that was 30 seconds that we could have, let's erase that shit. But we need to leave in the fact that he shoots webs out of his ass, because that's how we connect the young folk. Because everyone wants to know if Spider-Man shoots webs out of his ass. We don't fuck the dangers of the kids. Fuck the fighting.
After No Way Home, after No Way Home, I kind of am thinking about it.
Eight like fucking movies and 3 people playing them, and we're still worried about that.
Because it's like that's the racy shit they went in right. Like we were right underneath the R. It's like we were here, but webs out the ass here. With webs, without webs, with webs, without webs, with webs, without. You want to be a bitch or you want to be a man? Bitch, put the webs in there. Put the webs out of his ass. Take everything else out. Put the webs out of his ass.
Yo,
that's what happened.
To elaborate more on your point, Cabs, what happened is the biggest mistake. So Kevin Feige, for all intents and purposes, is the DM of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
He made, or from what I can see, and again, I'm a nobody sitting on the couch. From what I can see, he made the biggest mistake a DM can make, and that is the DM.
He gave the players story power.
No, the biggest mistake a DM makes is the DM knows where the story's going, and gets too excited about elements in the story that aren't happening yet.
Okay.
So he forgets how to tie shit up to it because he's so excited to get to that one thing.
That's a good way to put it.
They're sitting in the room going, we don't need to put X-Men here. I can't wait for them to see what we do with it. We don't need to do a full thing here. I can't wait for them to see what we do with it.
So they're just
thinking, they're worried about 5 years from now.
So they're thinking Secret Wars, Secret Wars, and not how to cohesively get there.
Yes, because it worked so well the last time in the first 4 phases where they're like, yo, when they see what we do with Thanos, it's going to blow their minds. And it did. So now they're stuck in that mode. When they see what Kang does and when they see who the real big bad is, it's going to blow their mind and they're going to forget about all this shit. And the problem is, in this moment, we can't forget about the moment we're in while looking forward to something that may or may not happen.
True. That's why we get shit like the Eternals.
Yeah, which is the Eternals is in 5 years. when the cosmic shit happens.
It's gonna make so much
And-
sense.
Yeah, Eternals is gonna probably be one of the best MCU movies. When we look back and go, that's what it led to.
That's why the head is there. That's
Yeah.
why the head is there. Oh,
So that's what happened
Let's
with
remember-
the island
let's
thing
remember.
and the god.
Right now, that movie still sucks.
it
Get
doesn't
ahead of ourselves. The movie
suck.
still acts. If you can tell me you watch that movie again and again and enjoy it, and it's like Winter Soldier,
It's
the man.
come
or
on,
whatever,
come
or whatever
on.
movie,
You're literally
whatever
relating.
movie tickles Cap's pickle. I
Oh,
don't know
hold on,
what
wait.
movie you
Lay. Take it out of the MCU.
Mhm.
How do you like it now?
What?
Take the
Eternals?
movie out
Oh,
of the
really?
MCU. No, you Lay. Take the Eternals out of the MCU.
Uh-huh.
It's just a movie. How'd you
Yes.
like it?
About heroes progressing through time.
I don't, because it leads to nothing. What is it leading to?
No, but that's what
fucking
he's
head in the
saying.
middle of the
That's what
ocean?
he's saying. Take
No,
it
I
out of the
I
MCU.
really understand what Cap is saying, but I'm not seeing that.
Yo, in
Yo,
5
maybe that's a different universe. And when they merge all the universes together, we get Blade and the Dark Knight come
I
out.
get it.
Let
And
give
then
me,
Moon
give me,
Knight
give me,
walks
about
out.
Iron Man and about
Like,
the
give me a
Thor
number
movies,
score. Give
and
me a
they
number
had
score out of
the
10.
worst movies, single movies, progressive.
Let
Remember
give me a
that?
number score out of 10 for Eternals. A number score out of 10 for Eternals.
C plus.
Negative C72.
No.
No. I would honestly
give me a real
say,
number.
3.
Jesus.
Yo,
Even with the,
all right.
the speed girl in there, she was
Yo,
hot.
listen, I listen. I enjoyed her, and as you would say, Cocotazo,
Yes.
but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
I'm gonna
Gilgamesh.
say
To
right now,
those who
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
yo, we
doing,
use his
I'm doing
government
what
name
Cap
now.
does with everything.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
taking
yeah, that's true.
I'm putting myself in it because I know the material and I know the man that made the material, what his vision was for it.
Jack Kirby is upset.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's
Jack.
upset.
This is Jack Kirby's New Gods
Yeah.
in Marvel.
Yeah.
And that director and writer took out Wang and pissed all over it, or she squatted because a woman, I'm doing it right. A woman directed it. So, and then the writer, I believe, a dude, they decided Kirby's
pissing
work.
is gender neutral. I would let no.
I don't know.
right.
Yo, whatever
Yo,
helps you.
So late.
Yes.
Wait. Hold on. Lay. What needs to happen in the future for you to be like, okay, Eternals is acceptable?
Explain the head.
Okay, first, that's it first and foremost. Second of all is the vision that Jack had. Go with it. First of all, because they were supposed to, they're all this powerfully. The Deviants was putting in work. The
They were
Deviants put in work, son.
They'll
Yeah.
put
It
it in
took,
work.
it took 4 of them to destroy one Deviant. Meanwhile, you read the comic books, Icarus by himself can wipe out pretty much half of the world if he wants.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the world. He doesn't need permission from Celestial. He just needs to be Icarus.
Yeah, he's Superman.
That's it. You know what I mean? They each have the same power set, but some have one power set that's bigger than the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they all have the same thing: Superman strength.
I'm sorry.
You know what
man.
I'm saying? And
I
you're
didn't mean to bring this up.
Like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That.
Yo,
I've
it's not
read
a-
it. Like,
I'm
I've
gonna
read
throw
it.
down. I'm gonna
But
throw
I've
down
not
the
seen
gauntlet.
it. I know Iron Man. I saw it. I know Cap. I saw it. Even Thor about how bad it was. I
I'm
saw it.
sorry. I'm sorry for doing this to you, Lee. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna throw
But I'm
down
just
the
saying
gauntlet.
this. I'm not seeing. I hope what Cap is saying is right. Believe
Yeah.
me. Like I was talking to Ron, and I was telling him, yo, because he sent me a picture of Black Adam, right? He goes, yo, how much faith do you have in this movie? I don't have any faith. I want to be wrong. I
Yeah.
want Black Adam to
Of course, we always want to be
No, no,
wrong
no.
about this kind of shit.
But
Yeah.
I have absolutely no faith because The Rock is going to play Black Adam as The Rock. That's not going to be Black Adam.
It's gonna be
The
fast.
Rock
It's gonna
playing
be
Black
fast.
Adam.
It's gonna be Fast and Furious. Black
Yeah,
Adam.
it's going to be Hobbs
Yeah, but
as
It's gonna
Black
be
Adam.
Hobbs. Yeah.
would you rather The Rock play Black Adam as The Rock, or would you rather The Rock play Black Adam as the Scorpion King?
The Scorpion
Oh,
King. To be
I'll take
honest,
the Scorpion King.
I honestly would take the Scorpion King.
You know what's funny about it? Because the Scorpion King is more relatable to that character. It makes sense. It's an Egyptian character. It makes sense.
I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet. In 5 years' time,
Mhm.
when the MCU hits its big reveal and all
Mhm.
that, right?
Secret Wars.
I will come in as a guest after my YouTube channel blows up, and we'll come back to this, and we'll have a Knucklehead universe, and the Cap universe fucking meld up, and we'll compare where the fuck we stand with that.
I love that. I love
Like
that.
I said, I hope you're right, and I
Cap, I
want
have
you
a
to be right.
question. I have a question for you, Cap. So then, the one movie that I always think about when it comes to this kind of situation is Ultron, Age of Ultron. What did you think of Age of Ultron?
I thought Age of Ultron. So I thought Age of Ultron was a good placeholder movie.
Okay.
Like if we weren't gonna get the Infinity Saga and just every Avengers was gonna be like the big bag of the month type movies, then Age of Ultron worked perfectly.
Yeah.
But the fact that we have to go from Avengers 1, which set up Thanos,
Which was incredible. One of the best.
to Age of Ultron, which didn't set up anything.
Oh,
Kinda
it set up one thing. Again,
Well, I mean,
it deviated.
It shoehorned the Infinity Stones into it.
No.
deviated.
It set up something more important than that. But again,
All right, but we go into Age of Ultron.
when you finish, I'll tell you what it set up.
Which you take probably what could have been the next big bad after
Yeah.
Thanos,
Yeah.
and just put him into a one movie thing. It, in the grander scheme of the story that they were telling for phase 1, 2, and 3, it falls short.
It does.
Yeah, but
I love
movie
Ultron
outside-
too.
but here's the thing, though.
If you take
Had
the
a
movie
good time.
outside of the MCU and just have it as a movie, it's not bad.
But here's the
I
thing,
love
though.
Ultron.
Age of Ultron actually is a staple for the Age of Ultron is an anchor for the MCU because
It's the
one-
time between space. It's
No,
the
no.
time between space and everything
No.
just branches off.
one, it set up one of the best scenes in Endgame when Cap lifted up the hammer.
100%. 1,000,000%.
It set that up completely. Two, it introduced Wanda and Vision. And Wanda is starting to become one of the most important characters in the MCU. So with them introducing Vision, it showed their relationship in one movie.
You know what's
because-
funny?
because
It gave us a lot of Sam too.
Yeah, it basically it was in our eyes
No,
a throwaway movie,
Sorry.
but it only looks like that because a lot of the shit that happened in that movie doesn't really show importance until other things happen.
I meant
because
Hawkeye. Sorry.
Yeah, Hawkeye, but you know what I'm saying? It's like it showed like the importance of holding up that hammer and everybody trying it,
Yeah.
and then Cap doing it, and now Thor's like he could keep it. You know what I'm saying? I got this one, you keep that one, let's go fuck this guy up. Wanda showing her power, and then when you see the power of her being able to rip the heart of Ultron out and all this other shit, and then now you don't have to explain her too much when she's killing the fucking Mind Stone. When she destroyed the Mind Stone and almost ripping Thanos in half.
Yeah.
It was a very methodical way of explaining little shit that you would have had to waste time in other movies to explain.
It even put us onto Black Panther and Wakanda. That's the first shout out
Yeah,
at
that's true.
Wakanda is in that movie.
Yeah, and
Wakanada.
Vibranium. And
Wakanada.
Vibranium. Yeah, and Vibranium.
This is exactly what I'm talking about
Yeah, that's why I
when
brought
I
it up.
say that Eternals
That's why I
in
brought it
5
up.
years, we're gonna look back at this and be like, no, actually, Eternals was major because blah 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 blah.
It still
But-
doesn't make it a good movie, in my opinion, because it needs 6 movies afterwards to make it, it gives it weight. But looking back, I do like Ultron a lot more now. I do like Age of Ultron a lot more.
Well, I think, like I said, I've said this on a couple occasions. I think the problem, the main problem with the Eternals, is that it's setting up something that's not only 5 years away, but so different from the interesting story they're trying to tell us now.
Yeah.
So it's like in the middle of us reading a book, the author just went, hey, here's a chapter from another book I'm writing. And you're like, that could be cool, but I want to finish the book I'm reading. Why the fuck you telling me about a book you coming
you know,
out with?
you know, you
6
know what?
years from now, when Blade tells the Dark Knight, "Hey man, remember when we first met? You're gonna love Eternals, Le."
Yeah, yeah, but you know what the problem with Eternals is? It never tells us specifically what time they're in. It never tells us if this happened before Spider-Man, if it happened before the Multiverse of Madness, like if it happened before Loki,
So
like what's happening here?
It kind of
happened
does.
With Eternal.
It happened 7 days after after they snapped everybody back.
Yeah, they tell us.
When they say that, I saw the movie 4 times.
Ajax says it. Ajax, because Ajax tells Icarus, like, oh, the thing is happening, and he's like, how long do we have? She said 7 days from when she was talking to him. They had 7 days to stop the Celestial from coming out of the Earth.
But they never said they had 7 days because they brought people back.
But well, we know this movie happened after.
No, we know
Endgame.
it happened after Endgame, but we don't know if it happened during all this other shit.
Well, thematically, it wouldn't make sense if the snap occurred and then 6 years later we have 7 days to bring him alive. Like, it would have had to have happened within the time of the snap coming back. Because remember, there was 2 snaps to bring everybody back and to get rid of Thanos. So the amount of people that came back mixed with the amount of cosmic power is what Ajax said. Now give this Celestial the energy it needed to start awakening and start hatching. And it was going to hatch in 7 days. So it had to be somewhere close to when Endgame finished.
So, all right. So this is why Lay hates this movie, because now you have Loki who doesn't see shit in the time variant shit. Like, they don't see any of that happening. You have Spider-Man, you have Hawkeye, you have Cap and the Winter Soldier. All of these TV shows, you have fucking WandaVision, you have fucking the Secret Spies with the chick who's trying to get US agent. You have all of this and no one sees a giant head. No one feels this fucking earthquake that you felt.
We don't know yet.
Yo, wait a minute.
They're about to talk about it. Now I'm talking.
If I got him,
I'm just getting you guys hyped.
Moon Knight gave us a way out of it. Moon Knight gave us a way out of it. Nobody in Egypt, except for the people who believe, saw the gods fight. So if we want to extrapolate from that, it could very well be that the only people who saw Crimson Dynamo up in the sky were just people in the vicinity of when he showed up. And
my whole thing is that we're in the MCU. People are just fine with heroes walking around and people getting snapped.
I'm not talking about the giant head in the sky. I'm talking about the giant head in the ocean.
Yeah, it's a rock formation. That's it. It's a rock formation.
Okay, so when Namor comes out because they disrupted their utopia,
we don't know nothing about Namor yet.
7 days after the 7 days after the snap,
I'm just saying, it's a rock formation. Yo, Sword is down there taking care of shit. Sword is down there. They already made an amusement park off that head. That's it. Yeah. People are charging admissions to go in there and ride the new Eternals ride all over around that head.
What have I been saying? I've been saying this for a while now. The biggest problem with the MCU is the interconnectivity.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Listen, this is what I've been saying for phase 1 to 4. None of those movies connected with each other until the ending credits.
They connected a little bit.
No, if you rewatch it. Every single Iron Man had nothing to do with any other Avenger. They didn't even mention other Avengers. Yeah, unless it was a joke.
They started doing that during Civil War. That's when that started. Yeah, where they were interconnecting everything.
But even the TV shows with Winter Soldier and Sam,
They mention
They-
shit, but they
they-
don't connect it.
They're mostly about a black man holding
Yep.
the shield, and this is Cap's shield. Cap gave it to you. They didn't give a shit about Iron Man dying. They didn't give a shit about Hawkeye retiring. They didn't give a shit about nothing. In WandaVision, they didn't mention shit, but
we're
the
all
fact
expecting
that she had to kill her
connective
husband.
tissue. We're all
No,
expecting connective
no.
tissue now.
But the thing is, it's like you don't have to. They already proved you don't have to give us connective tissue.
Yeah.
You just have to give. We stay for the end credit scenes because that end credit scene is supposed to be the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the cliffhanger for the next episode.
That's
When
the
I'm sitting there
connectivity.
watching and I see, all right, this shit came out of Dormammu's dimension and got strange. Like, okay, so now the next one is with Dormammu. Now what's gonna happen with the MCU? Autolycus is slapping himself. I waited here to see him slap himself and stop. You said it was 3 weeks. That's a joke that didn't need to happen. Okay, what?
Yeah,
so
I
what?
wasn't excited.
So,
I
so
wasn't
what's
hyped.
happening now? If they would have did an end credit scene with the Eternals, where they're on their way and Thanos' brothers talking about some shit, then it would have been like, hold on, wait, what's going on here? Like they just are they gonna explain the Eternals later on or some shit, or like the Guardians of the Galaxy, like the next fucking movie, something happening with fucking Black
I'm
Panther
sorry.
or something, like something
sorry.
that's gonna make me excited for the future of this.
I'm sorry. You know I like to bring up the Eternals and give you guys a hard time. Can I have your number score for the Eternals, For Eternals? Can I have your number score out of 10?
I think that movie's like a 6-7. It's not, to me, it's not a bad movie in itself, but as of right now, there's no place in it in the MCU. It's almost
I
like
give
a
it I
Sony
give it a 6
Spider-Man.
out of 6 out of 10 just because I give Multiverse of Madness a 7 out of 10. I think they're both swimming in 7 movies. Swimming in 7s is not a bad thing. We got to remember, like, if a girl calls you a 7 out of 10, that's good.
All they got to do is call me.
Well, call me. If a girl calls you a 7 out of 10, that's good.
Yeah.
70%, that's passing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. But no,
Yeah.
I just like to rile feathers up in here. You
No,
know,
yeah.
I personally like the Eternal so much,
No.
but I understand it's a bad. I understand.
But
I understand it's not a
Yeah.
great movie.
the biggest problem with us is the continuity. Like it's like watching a TV show where every single episode has nothing to do with the next one.
Well,
They don't even have the same characters. They don't even use the same names. They're not even in the same country. It's like, what the
does
fuck
Black
is this?
Mirror do that?
I was about to say this. I
Yeah.
swear
Well,
to God, I was going to say
yeah.
that.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing
That's
that's
Black Mirror.
yeah, but that's a series of concepts that
Oh
people
yeah, no,
brought
I
up.
know,
You
I
know,
know, I know. No,
you
we're
know,
just
like-
being stupid now.
No, it's like we're watching Doctor Who, and you're like, wait, which one of them is a doctor? Ah, that's the gimmick. You got to find each episode which one of these guys is the doctor. You know what I'm saying? It's like
This was a fun episode.
yeah,
This was fun.
yeah, it was good.
This was very fun. I mean, I don't want to drag too much, but you guys watched the She-Hulk trailer?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
I think it looks very funny. CG, wow, not great.
Yo.
Even for Marvel standards, I think it looks bad.
Here's the weird thing. Abomination looked great. Hulk
Yeah.
looked great.
It's just
She-
her.
It's her.
You know what I think it is? I think it is because the Hulk is so different from Mark Ruffalo. Like there's elements of Ruffalo, but it's not fully him.
Because you
And
still have to make her
Abomination
look
is
hella.
not
Yeah.
Timothy Roth at all.
You have to
Yeah.
make her look like
Yeah.
her.
We get
Yeah.
stuck in the uncanny valley because we're trying to make it look like an actual person that we already see the face of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which it's funny though. I'm getting like almost like New Girl vibes. It's very sitcom-ish.
Yeah.
I did like it's she's like trying to date. You know, she's just trying to be this normal person. She's a fucking lawyer. I think it's hilarious. I think it's gonna be really funny. But these shows where we have low expectations for turn out to be the best. So let's keep the expectations to the floor, bro. It's gonna be one of the good ones.
What I'm gonna say is we're gonna hit the point now where the MCU is no longer everything is for us.
Yeah, it's out
Yeah.
And what
there.
I mean is we gotta start branching out to hit the
Yeah.
teen market, Miss Marvel, hit the female market, She-Hulk.
The older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's no longer they have to serve the 18-34 male demographic.
Yeah.
They gotta cater to a wider audience.
Yep.
So as good as these shows are, some of them are gonna, by definition, not be targeted at us.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to view that through a different lens.
Yep.
But you know what I want to see though? Not in this series, but in the future, one way or another, Matt Murdock versus She-Hulk in a court.
Yo, we can get it.
I would love that.
Well, the thing is, they're
much.
having a superhero a court division, right?
Yeah.
And they want her to head it.
They want her to take care of it.
So if there's anybody that's going to defend any superhero, it's going to be Matt Murdock.
Yo,
yeah,
So that can't happen. And it's more
They can
reasonable,
defend
more likely
Spider-Man.
than anything else.
Defend Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No, how about
Punisher.
this? How about if you want everything to tie together? Miss Marvel comes out first, right?
Mm-hmm.
She deals with her shit, and it ends in some weird way where we're like, wait,
She does something stupid.
is she in trouble? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then
He's a
if
vigilante.
there's that one episode where Miss Marvel needs a defense. She-Hulk's on the prosecuting side. Who's on the defense side? Matt Murdock.
That'll be so cool. And then Matt Murdock just kind of feels bad, like, hey man, this is just another superhero going through it. I know what that's about. Dismiss whatever. Man, yeah, that would be so dope. I told you plenty of times, my favorite part of Daredevil season 2 is the Punisher trial. I'm very excited about seeing more lawyer superhero stuff. I'm very excited about it.
The best part of the director's cut of the actual movie Daredevil was all the court shit they put in.
Yeah.
The trial with Coolio.
Yeah. Yo, not for nothing. This might sound crazy, but imagine like a Law and Order type fucking Marvel show.
Doom doom.
This is probably gonna be more like Spin City or Ally McBeal.
Spin City is what I thought about.
For She-Hulk,
Shout out Michael J. Fox. That's Michael J. Fox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like it doesn't have to be this She-Hulk show, but I'm talking about like if you're gonna throw a Matt Murdock and you don't want to use Deadpool, you have some shit like that.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. You know what I'm saying?
I got
Because
emphasis on law. Him winning cases.
You know, like there's got to be some kind of superhero that the law goes after, because in the one thing about the MCU, every superhero is acceptable and yo, do whatever you want, player. Just go kill the aliens. But in DC, if you looked at somebody getting mugged and you step forward, you're a fucking vigilante. We gotta arrest you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be someone that doesn't have a license to be a superhero that they go, yo, we arrested this dude because he assaulted someone, and then they got to do defense.
So they fought a whole movie about not making people, like Civil War was about not giving people licenses.
Yeah, but none of it. You know what's crazy? There was accords, but none of it was about legal shit. It was about their opinion and them going, nah, fuck that.
I think by this point the Accords is like way brushed under the rug, though, unless we see him more. Because remember, we're not dealing with regular Avengers now, but Punisher would be great.
I think the Accords are only for Cap.
This man literally put himself in prison.
Yeah,
They had him off, and he's like, "Oh shit, he's talking." It's all
what's funny?
So good, man.
You know what's funny?
So good.
What's funny is that there's 4 of us on this panel who know comics, and not one of us can come up with a character. Not one single character.
Not one single character that is a vigilante that kills people.
Marvel is a lot. Marvel's a lot nicer with the vigilantes. I mean, we can't say Daredevil because of Matt Murdock. Like, he's gonna be there. Yeah. Spider-Man, maybe now the way that he's built after everything that's happened. But
if only we had some dude. With
maybe Luke Cage. Maybe Luke Cage
run around. Yo, we can even give him a logo like a skull or some shit.
Absolutely,
he just goes around killing somebody.
Yeah, somebody that absolutely does not respect the law.
Yo, I got a name. Something like White Castle, something Castle.
Yeah,
like Exterminator.
Yeah, you know,
And he deals out punishment.
Yes.
Yeah.
The exterminator.
Executioner.
There you go.
Judge Judy.
It could work.
Mr. No Toque.
Mr. No Toque. And with that being said.
Yeah, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, It's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.
Love y'all.